heaven. The Lord, encircled by glory, is sitting on his throne. Angels are kneeling. The 4 archangels are standing near the throne. Great brightness. Angels choir. Eternal glory be to our God on high. Let him be praised by the earth and heaven, who created the universe by one word, and his glance has governed the end again. He is the power, knowledge, and happiness. Our shares only his shade cast over us. We adore him for his endless patronage, for having this allotment in his light. Yes, the great thought has become incarnated. Complete is, as a whole, the creation the Lord waits at his holy hassock, from all living creations their due devotion. The Lord. The work, the great work, is now completed. Machine is running. The Creator rests. It will move for some millions of years, till one of its cogs will need some repairs. Up, guardian spirits of my world, arise. Let you start your never-ending orbit. As you whizzing past under my feet, let me be with you highly delighted. The spirits of stars rolling single, double star spheres, comets and nebulae of different size and color rush in front of the throne. Music of spheres in a subdued voice. Angels choir. What a stately flare ball's coming in its brightness pretentiously, though it serves to a modest group of stars just now unconsciously. Like a lamp of glimmery light, this tiny star twinkles, only yet millions of creatures are living on its globe lonely. 2 balls fight against each other to disjoint and to encounter, and this struggle is the grand curb in its orbit it to govern. That will rush down with a thunder, happiness and peaceful being. How simple's it, though it sometime will be lustrous star of the love, as solace to the earthly life, be it protected from above. There are small worlds all to be born. Here's the coffin for extinction. Warning voice to all conceited for desponding stimulation. Disturbing all comes the comet with exorbitant appearing, and its path becomes just ordered when hears the Lord's voice of warning. Come along, thou young nice spirit with your globe that's always changing, who both sorrow and the light pall with the white guise are exchanging. Be blessed by God, and go ahead without disbar. That is your fate. In your tiny quiet realm great ideas will militate. Though smile and tear like the winter and like spring will you inundate, light and shade will be together on it, the Lord's favor and rage. Spirits of stars marched off, Gabriel Archangel, thou who the endless space have measured and created in it the substance, thou who by one word generated all the mightiness and the distance, Hosanna be to thee thought, throws himself down, Michael Archangel, who unifies the eternally changing and the unchanging nations, creating infinity and time and entities and generations. Hosanna to thee. Power throws himself down, Raphael Archangel, thou who irradiates blessedness, bringing to consciousness the body, and allows piously the whole world your wisdom forever to study. Hosanna to thee, goodness. Throws himself down. Pause. The Lord, you, Lucifer, are silent, proudly stand, or you have no words to my laudation, or you dislike what I have created, Lucifer, and what to like in it? That some matter endowed with different characteristics that before being manifested maybe you did not foresee in them, and if yes, you possess now no power to change them, being molded in some balls by fits, and starts. These attract, pursue, repel one another, and become conscious in some sorry worms, till all will be filled, and all will be cooled. There remains the neutral slag only. Man will certainly learn this by watching, and will simulate it in his kitchen. You put into your great kitchen your man, and of his bungling you take no notice. He brews and fancies himself to be God. But when he wastes and damages the brew, you will fly into a passion afterwards. Albeit, what do you expect for dilettants? And for what purpose is the whole creation? You wrote a nice ode to your own glory. Put it into a useless machinery, and don't lose your interest endlessly in the same song, always with the same tune. Is this toy worthy of such a graybeard that may divert only infantile children? Where only a pugged spark imitates his lord, but is his misbirth, not his wraith. Fate and freedom are hunting each other, and the concordant judgment is missing. The Lord, I can only be respected, not be judged. Lucifer, I can pass nothing except my essence. pointing to the angels.
"Ye are praised enough by this caddish crowd as to praise you's only fair of them.
Gave birth to them as light to shadow, but I've been living since eternity. The Lord, insolent. Were not you born by matter? Where did your power you exist before? Lucifer, this my question would be to you as well. The Lord, I have planned it since eternity, and lived inside me what's now created. Lucifer, and did not you feel gap among your thoughts that encumbered all life you wanted, and forced you to perform the creation? Lucifer has been the name of this gap, who has been the spirit of negation. You triumphed over me, since it's my fate is to go under always in my fights, but revive and be reinforked again. You gave birth to matter. I won the space. Life is accompanied always by death, happiness always by deep depression, light always by shade, and so doubt by hope. That's all. I stand in all time where you are. Thus, who knows you so should I respect you? The Lord. Get out. Rebellious spirit, get out. I could annihilate you, but I won't. Hunting out of all the mental relations you have to struggle in the dirtiness, in painful feeling of your bare loneliness. You must be anguished by the endless thought that it is useless to shake your shackles. Your fight is illusory against the Lord. Lucifer, no. You daren't jostle me out of the way like wretched tool that became superfluous. The creation is ours. I do clamor for my share. The Lord with irony. Well, be as you want it. Look at the earth. Among the trees of Eden, now just in the middle, the two slender fruit trees I damn, and these will be yours forever. Lucifer, you are hard-fisted. Why, you're powerful, Lord, and I need only the soil underfoot. Where negation gains only a foothold, it will certainly overthrow your world. Starts to exit, angels' choir, be off the presence of our Lord, you damned. Hosanna to him who has us governed. Second scene. In the paradise, in the middle the trees of knowledge and of immortality. Adam and Eve come. Different animals surround them with gentle confidence. Glory radiates through the open gate of heaven, and the soft harmonic voice of angels' choir is heard. Sunny day, Eve. To live, how sweet, how delightful. Adam. And to feel to be Lord of everything. Eve, to feel that we are protected from above, and we have to give for this only pure love to him who provides us all these delights. Adam, being subordinated, that's your style. I'm thirsty, Eve. Look how temptingly this fruit is smiling. Eve, I'll pluck one of them. The Lord's voice. Stop there. Look out. I gave you the whole earth, Adam, but keep clear of the two trees there. Their bewitching fruits serve other powers, and will surely die who does savor it. Here the reddening bunch of grapes you find. There you get gentle shade with tranquility, in outrageous heat of the shining noontide. Adam, that strange command, but seems to be true. Eve, why are these trees nicer than others, or why are these forbidden? Adam, why is the sky blue? Why is the boss green? It is so. It's enough. Let's follow this warning. Come. Come with me, Eve. They seat themselves in a bower. Eve, come to my arms, and I will gently fan you. Strong flurry, Lucifer appears among the leaves. Adam. Ah, what's that? I have not heard something like this, like an inimical and strange force would suddenly spring on us. Eve, I am trembling. The heavenly voice became silent, too. Adam, here in your arms, it seems to me to hear it. Eve. And I find it in your bright eyes, Adam, when glory above will become overcast. Ah, where could I find it besides you? Where? Who was born only due to your craving, like in its flood of light? The princely sun takes the color of water. As lonely not to be an infinite universe, plays with it, enjoys to be accompanied, forgetting generously that it is only the pale image of its own fire that would disappear together with it. Adam, do not say that, Eve. Don't put me to shame. What's the voice when nobody understands? And tell me what has been without color. What would I be when not be mirrored in you, like both the echo and the flowers in which I can adore only myself? Lucifer. Why do I listen to this mild flirting? I look away, otherwise I'll be ashamed. The cold and self-seeking reasoning will become envious of the artless mind. A tiny bird begins to sing on a twig. Eve, Adam, listen to it. Tell me, do you perceive the song of this merry lover? Adam, I listened to the babbling of the creek and found it to sing the same merry song. Eve, darling, this is wonderful harmony, these diverse words, and one reason only. Lucifer, why do I tarry? Let me start to work. I swore to seduce them. They should be perished. And now I'm doubting again and again. Is it not useless to fight against them with fascinating arms of the knowledge and ambition, against their emotion that, like an asylum, is protecting and supports who's ruined? But away with care. Only none but the brave deserve the fair. Strong flurry again. Lucifer occurs before the frightened human couple. The glory grows dark. Lucifer laughs. Lucifer, what do you gaze at? To Eve, who starts to run. Stop, you graceful lady. Let me admire you for a short moment. Eve stops and takes courage. Lucifer, aside, this pattern will repeat for 1,000,000 times. Aloud. Adam, you fear? Adam, you shabby fellow. Lucifer, aside. He is good forefather of the proud mankind. Aloud. Hail to thee, brother in mind. Adam, who you are. From where you come, from above or below. Lucifer, as you like it. It's all the same for me. Adam, I didn't know that man's living except us. Lucifer, oh ho, there's a lot that you do not know and will not forever. Or the kind old man would create you from this penurious clay to give a share you in the universe? You praise him, and he keeps you in exchange. He says, take this and be afraid of that. He guards and governs you as a brute beast. To have cognition, you do not have need. Adam, to cogitate, do you think I do not? And I do not feel the blessing sunshine, pleasant happiness of my existence, and endless benevolence of my Lord who created me as God of this realm? Lucifer, maybe small worms that are eating your fruit and the eagle that swoops on the tiny bird hold both the same opinion of these. Or why you would be nobler than others. That's a gleam glimmering in your dim mind. That is a stirring move of an endless force, like tiny drops of wave that, having flashed for a moment, fall back imperceptibly into dark gray depth of their common bed. Maybe there will be one thing, yes, the thought that's slumbering in your unconscious heart. This would emancipate you in trusting to your self-effort to choose the right or wrong, to govern your fate only by yourself. This would absolve you from the providence. But it's better for you to flourish like a dungworm in the mild lap of your own small scope and to burn out with your life without knowledge. It's easy to resign to your confession. It's nobler but hard to be your own master. Adam, you tell us great words. These make my head swim. Eve, I'm keen on these. You tell nice and new things. Lucifer, but knowledge in itself is not enough to be realized in magnificent works. Immortality is also needed. What the short life is able to produce. These two trees possess this ability, and Lord has forbade you to have their taste. If you would taste it, you would know as Lord, and your grace would be agelessly preserved. Eve, our Lord, has been even cruel to us. Adam, and maybe you betray. Glory is somewhat clarified. Heavenly choir, woe is thee, world, the true negation is haunting. The Lord's voice, man, look out. Adam, what's that voice again? Lucifer, wind is shaking the twigs. Help, my forces, help. Elements, to bag the man for all events. Flurry, the glory grows dark. These two trees are mine. Adam, who are you after all, since you seem to be similar to us? Lucifer, look at the eagle as wheeling among clouds. Look at this mole rooting down in the soil. Both of them are of different horizons. The spiritual world lies out of your scene, and man does mean you the highest known grade. Dog takes only a dog as its idol, and honors you with its companionship. But as you are endlessly scornful of it, and you overhang it like its ill fate hailing down blessing and curses on its head, so we, stately sharers of the world of spirits, have been superior to you. Adam, you would be one of these higher powers. Lucifer. Oh yes, most powerful among the mighty, I stood there, close to the throne of the Lord, and got my share of his greatest glory. Adam, why did you not remain in the bright heaven? Why did you descend to this vale of dust? Lucifer, I had enough there of the second sight, of the monotonous regular life, the immature choir with infantile voice, that always praises but has no free choice. I want struggle and fight against the old, that generates new power and new world. where the soul may be in itself mighty, and where me the brave can accompany. Adam. Lord said that he will strictly punish us when do not follow the way that he has marked. Eve. Why would he do, when he set out the way for us to go along as he had wanted? His creatures are certainly made so not to be obedient to vicious bents. Or why he put us above deep whirl with dizzy head, being sentient to perdition. Yet if he figured in to be sinful, like the storm occurs between sunshiny days, who believes more sinful while it jangles in this for its animating ardor? Lucifer. You'll have, my dear, a lot of inherents who will debate this in million manners. Many of them will stray wobbly in madhouse. Many will shy off. None of them get home. Now, give up this meaningless meditation. All the things bear many, many colors. Who does want to know it all in detail will know less than he knew at the first moment, and will have no time to decide what's it. Meditation is the death of action. Eve, well, I decided to pluck one of these fruits. Adam, the Lord damned it. Lucifer laughs, but never mind, pick it. Come what may, let us be as wise as our Lord to know everything. First Eve, then Adam taste the apple of knowledge. Eve, and above all forever young. Lucifer, this way, come, here you are, this is the tree of immortality. Come along, be quick. He draws them to the other tree. A cherub blocks their way with a blazing sword. Cherub, off with you, sinners. The Lord's voice. Adam, Adam, you have abandoned me, I also leave you. See what you are alone. Eve, we are lost. Lucifer, you despair? Adam, no, not at all. That's the shiver of walking of my mind. Let's get out from here, my lady, get out. This land is desolate and unwanted. Heavenly choir. Ah, be the whole world tear-stained wherever lies winning, the earth is lost forever. Third scene, picturesque landscape outside the paradise. Small, clumsy wooden hovel. Adam sticks pegs for closure, Eve builds a bower. Lucifer, Adam. This is mine. Instead of the roomy world, this scene will be my home. I'll cultivate and will guard it from all the wild animals, and will compel it to give me harvest. Eve, I will build a bower similar to the former, and so I try to retrieve for us the lost paradise. Lucifer. Ah, how great words you have said. Family and private ownership will be the twofold promoter of the world that generates all pleasures and torments. These two ideas will grow unbroken while producing homeland and industry, all that is generous and magnificent that engorges its own individuals. Adam, you tell mysteries. You have promised me knowledge. I gave up the pleasures of instinct, that though struggling hardly, to be mighty. And what's the outcome? Lucifer, do you not feel it? Adam, I feel that as my Lord left me plunging into the bare loneliness by empty hands, I left him too. I became myself to my own God, and all what I'll attain will be justly mine. This is my power and self-pride. Lucifer, aside. You vain pawn, you flout now the heaven proudly. Let us see your heart when thunders flash loudly. Eve, and it's just only proper pride of mine to be ancestress of the whole mankind. Lucifer, aside. What should I thank to him? My bare existence? But this being, if would be worthy of its share, will be the outcome of my labors. The delight to drink a glass of water I have to deserve by the glow of my thirst. The price of savoring a kiss is where it is wandering, in deep despondency. Though the mask of gratefulness is off me, and became free to govern my own fate, and to deteriorate what I've planned soundly again and again. Maybe your help should not have been truly provided. I could have made it alone, by my force, and you did not save me from the heavy bond that binds my body to this dusty ground. Though I don't know its name, I feel what's it. Maybe it's a thread, and it's all the more infamous, that restrains my proud being. Look, I try to spring, but I'm falling back. My eyes and my ears are out of their duty when I sound. Secrets of the remoteness. If my soul wants to reach higher levels, hunger forces to be humiliated and return again to the trampled matter. Lucifer, this bond is stronger than I ever be. Adam, you are a very infirm spirit, yes, if this obscure thin spider work, this nothing that cannot be seen by the millions who gamble with the feeling of freedom in this net being suspected by some higher spirits only, is flouting you. Lucifer, and only this is able to flout me because it's spirit like me. Or do you think that though being still and of hidden act, It's not strong. Don't think it's sitting in mist. Who staggers and shakes and creates a world, its visual appearance would swim your head. Only the man-made things curtailed by the limited life are glinting and rattling. Atom. This running operation let me see. For a moment only I'm strong. You know how it acts on me, who in myself am so alone. But damn the totality. Lucifer. I am, it's mad word. You were and will be. Life is eternal ring of being and death. But let you look round and see with spirit's eyes. Adam, what he says in the following, become visible. What a flow is so springing up around me, prograding continuously upwards. Aspires high, where it bifurcates and runs as a storm up to the poles. Lucifer, this is the warmth that brings life to permanently frozen lands. Atom. And these two fire streams roaring beside me. I'm afraid it will carry me away, and yet I feel its animating effects. What's that? What's that? It makes me feel dizzy. Lucifer. That's the magnet. Atom. The ground's quaking below. What I believe to be constant, amorphous, becomes bubbling elementary matter that's trying hard for individual shape and life. Here, it takes the form of crystal, there that of a bud. In this confusion, where will I find the unique presence of mine, what you'll be my frame? I trust crazily as a firm footing in my ambitions, imaginations, and pretentious desires? You overindulged body, who makes me both troubles and tears in some ecstasy. You'll be debased to a handful of dust, while your being that was reddening and glad like water and brilliant delusion will ascend with my own being to the clouds? All my words and all the thoughts in my poor mind consume the single parts of my being. I am burning, and this disastrous fire is perhaps inflamed by a mystic spirit to warm, while I am burning to ashes. Off with this vision, 'cause I'm going mad. To be at war with the awkward feeling of loneliness among thousand elements, that's fearful, frightful. Oh, why I dismissed the sheltering providence surmised by my instinct, but never appreciated and wanted by my knowledge, but in vain. Eve, aha! I have also similar feeling when you'll be fighting against the beasts of prey, or when flagging I shall tend our garden I will, cast my eyes about the spacious world, and no kins in heaven and earth, no friend will be to encourage or shield me, or you. No, this was not the case in the good old times. Lucifer with irony. Ah, if your soul is so petty-minded that you feel cold without paternal care, subordination is your only need. I evoke a god for you who will be more friendly than the rigorous grim greybeard, the spirit of this earth. I know him from the heavens choir. He is very modest. Come, spirit, come. You see you are no match for me. Nobody dares to call you except me, at all. Horrific thunder. Ghost, who are you? This is not you I called. The spirit of earth is tender and kind, the voice of the earth spirit. What you saw in the heavens choir to be weak is endless and strong in its own domain. Here I am, 'cause I had to listen the word of a spirit. But keep it for yourself. It's another thing to thrill and govern. If I take on my wraith, you will sink down, and these two worms will be annihilated. Lucifer, tell me how man is able to reach your proud proximity if he takes you as God, the voice of the earth spirit, partitioned in waters, clouds, and possets. Everywhere he will enter with solid, ardent eagerness, and with bosom held up. Disappears. The bosque and spring are peopled by elfish, playful nymphs. Eve. Ah! Look at these pleasant fraternal cheeks. Look how charmingly they salute us. We're beyond loneliness and solitude. Happiness descended to us with them. They give words of encouragement in grief, and a sound piece of advice in mistrust. Lucifer, that's the best to you to seek their wise advice, who when asking have come to a decision, and these elfish phenomena will answer in harmony as you have raised the question. They look smiling at the pure guiltless heart, and are frightful phantoms for those in despair. They will accompany you along your life, in hundreds of differently transformed shapes. This is the fresh shade of the inquiring sage, and the ideal of ageless hearts and souls. Atom, what do I care for this glittering joke that passes off me, but I can't grip it, and I will have a mystery one more. Don't beguile with promises, Lucifer, but let me know everything as you promised. Lucifer aside, your knowledge will be sorrowful, you will see, and you'll hunker after the fool's paradise. Aloud, have patience. You know you have to merit even the seconds of delight by fighting. You have to complete your studies, and you'd be disappointed till understand everything. Adam, it's easy for you to talk about patience. Your perspectives possess immortality. But I did not eat fruit of the tree of life. The short being forces me to hasten, Lucifer. All being that lives will live for the same length, secular trees, and the tiny may fly, is born, rejoices, loves, and comes to grief, having performed its labor and eagerness. Not time is running, we are those who change. A century or a day, that's the same. Never fear, you will also fill your part. Don't believe that man's personality is rolled only into this dirt-made body. You saw the ant and the cluster of bees. Thousands of neuters wander by fits and starts. They act at a venture, blunder and fail, but the whole as a constant entity lives and acts in a collective intellect. It performs perfectly the plan determined till the end comes, and whole comes to rest. Your remains will disintegrate as well, but you will revive in thousands of forms, and you need not start anything afresh. You were guilty, you'll suffer in your Son, and your gout you will continue in him. All things you will feel and perceive and learn will be your own for millions of years. Adam, that is only the reminiscence of Lord. But my bosom has an eager desire to have a look at my future, to see why I am struggling, why I am suffering. Eve, let me see too in this regeneration will be preserved or not my fascination. Lucifer, so be it. My witchcraft gives the wanted charms, and you will have a look at future by chance, in the ideas of fugacious dreams. But if you will see how crazy is your aim, how grave's your action to fight again, so that you don't. Show the lack of spirit and don't give up the struggle you have to fight. I'll charm you a tiny beam that is bright. It will encourage you. It's a vain scope all what you see, and this beam is the hope. Meanwhile he leads Adam and Eve into the hovel who fall asleep there. Fourth scene, Egypt. In the foreground an open hall. Adam as Pharaoh is young and sits on the throne. Lucifer as minister to him. In a respectful distance, illustrious attendants. In the background, slaves are building a pyramid under the control of supervisors with whips. Bright day. Lucifer, your majesty. The people who would be glad to fail for you has asked full of anxiety, what's that doesn't allow the great Pharaoh to have a rest on the cushion of his throne? Why do you sacrifice the day's delights and the honey-sweet dreams of peaceful nights? And why don't you leave troubles of your plans to the slaves who would take this with heartful thanks, when all honors, all dominations, and all delights all over the world that can be ever tolerated, all these are yours. Treasures of provinces proclaim your lordship. For you the fragrant flowers open their bells. Fruit trees yield their sweetness only to you. 1,000 ladies fling out their arms to you. The blonde fairness with her fornicating eyes like a fond and charming graceful vision. Brunettes wait for you with wheezing throbbing lips and with eyes misted by violent ardor. All these are yours. Their fate is your fancy. They feel their duty to be kindly performed, having dulcified even some hours of you. Adam, my soul has no hunger for vanities like these taxes collected spontaneously. I don't strive for it coming without my work. But this monument that I'm creating will certainly help me to find the way leading to the summit of true greatness. Its art will now be marvelous to nature and will preserve my name for 1,000 years. No earthquake, no disaster will worsen it. Man became much stronger than the Lord himself. Lucifer, and yet, Pharaoh, are you bestowed on this fancy? Tell me in all honesty. Adam. No, I'm not. I feel extreme emptiness. No matter. I did implore not happiness, only the fame, and this is open to me. Crowds should not foresee my distress. If it would pity me, its adoration would cease. Lucifer. And if sometime you will understand that fame has been a flashing, silly, crazy fun? Adam, that's nonsense. Lucifer, and if it were so, Adam, I should die, having called down curses upon the whole world. Lucifer. Will not die, but understand at some time you'll even recommence with your past success. Supervisors beat one of the slaves, so he runs wailing and persecuted by supervisors into the Eve as wife to the slave parts from the workers, and drops herself on his husband. With heart-rending howl, you do implore him in vain, who never had share in our suffering. He's at a loss. The cry of pain is low and throne stands too high. Why do you not call me who conceals you and holds off all the lashings by her body? Adam, to the supervisors who crush in and want to drag away the slave and his wife. Leave them there and get away. Supervisors exeunt. What's the feeling in my heart unknown so far? Who's this woman? And what's her glamour which like a chain pulls down the great Pharaoh to this worm who is rolling in dirty dust? Stands up, Lucifer. This is one of the threads again by which your Lord has scoffingly afflicted you. To remember, even if you flutter proudly, you are a small worm in yourself. You saw how strong this slender thread may be. It winds out always of your hands, and hence I can't tear it to bits. Adam, walking down the throne steps, you would be wrong. It is as outrageous as it's pleasant. Lucifer. But it's befitting that a sage and king should suffer from it. Adam, what shall I do then? Lucifer, there is nothing for it, but knowledge denies the existence of this hidden thread that's laughed harshly by power and matter. Adam, I can neither laugh it off nor deny it. Eve, darling, your blood is running drop by drop. I'll stop it. Does it give much pain to you? The slave life is painful to me, but not for long. Eve, this is not so. Why would you have lived so far when you would die now as you have found me? The slave. Why slaves have to live? He bears stones to the pyramid for the mighty when his issue is in his yoke dies. Millions for one. Adam, O Lucifer, what outrageous words these are. Lucifer, that is feverish madness of agony. Adam. What did he say? Lucifer, great Pharaoh, what's that? Well, I never. It is magnificent. It is less by one slave who live on the earth. Eve, for you poor number, but for me the world, woe to me, oh woe to me, who will love me? The slave, me not more. Forget me, lady, forever. He dies, Adam, it's me who does it. Hi, carry out the corpse. People, lift up the corpse. Arise. The throne is your due. You are the princess of fascination like me, that of the power. We have to find each other anywhere. Eve, O great Pharaoh, I know your order is fate of all slaves. I don't make excuses, but allow me a short time only. Wait your orders, Adam. Let this word be off. Oh, the fate of my reign not to go beyond the words of orders. Eve, it's enough now that this order does not cause pain to me. Oh, in this first moment don't be envious of my tears for this corpse. This corpse, how beautiful is it, my God. Drops herself on it. Adam, beautiful and dead, what contradiction. Is this coolness mocking to our efforts or a woeful smile to our vanity? Lucifer, it's an escaped slave who flouts you proudly, saying, I became stronger than your shackles. Adam, peace to his remains and hail to the life. It's all very well for him, but I can't spare your smile. The corpse is carried out. Adam leads Eve to the throne. Let you be my lady here. Oh, it's wonderful to have a rest with you. Yammering among the workers. Eve shudders. What's amiss with you? Eve, oh, do you not hear? The people's woe? Adam, it's first that I perceive it. It has an ominous ring, but never mind. Kiss me and forget the world. To Lucifer, and you stop the mouth of this crazy crowd. Lucifer. It is beyond me, this is people's right. Together with yoke it's the air of it. Yammering again. Eve cries out. Adam rises. Adam, lady, you suffer, and I do not know how to help. The scream beats my head through your heart like the summer thunderbolt from the blue, and I feel so that the world cries for help. Eve. O Pharaoh, stamp flat, but forgive me when this people's wailing does not make me ease. I'm aware of being your docile maid, and it's my aim to entertain your lordship. I shall forget everything outside me, misery and greatness, reveries and corpse, for I've beatific smile and ardent lips. But if the people of millions of arms suffers the cuts with whip and wails outside like small scraps of the ever-aching body, me, the renegade maiden of this people, in my heart am a prey to these torments. Adam, and so do I. The millions for one, the dead also said. Eve. O great Pharaoh, your brow darkened, and this is my fault. Cast me off, or please, instruct me how to be deaf as a stone. Adam, you've been much better master. You have taught me to perceive the wailing. I'll hear it never again. See, Be free, all the slaves. What good will the fame do to me that I can catch up only as one person through ruination and wail of millions, who breathe also like the human being? I feel many times pain, but once the delight. Lucifer, O Pharaoh, you are in clouds. The crowd is the brute beast of fate that will work hard under every types of every systems. This is its fate. Let it be released from this. What you fling away, it does not win it, and seeks for new lordship even tomorrow. Do you believe to foist yourself on it when does not feel to need master by all means, or when is self-respected by itself? Adam, why is it wailing? Why? As slavery would be painful? Lucifer, it doesn't know what's wailing. Everybody has a desire to rule. Only this and not fraternity will pursue the huge crowd to join and be behind the banner of freedom. This is fairly well free of consciousness, and it worried by surmises for everything what is new and negation of those existing so far. This is the blind hope to see its dreams on the happiness to be vainly realized. People, it's an abyssal sea, being not translucent to sunbeam. It'll be always dark. Only the wave is sparkling thrown in the air. And maybe just you'll be the gleaming wave. Adam, why just me, Lucifer? All the same, akin to you who became conscious of the popular drive, and who as the beloved hero of freedom tries to replace you at your higher place. Meanwhile the crowd, winning but nothing, will change its name. The master is preserved. Adam, your obstinacy runs in an endless ring. Maybe there's no way to escape from it, Lucifer. There is. Give these men endowed with special privilege some armlets, rings, or other knickknacks. Say, here you are, I prefer you too. The crowd, and this is why you'll be nobler. They take for granted, and disdaining the crowd endure to be despised by you as well. Adam, don't tempt me with such fascinating fancies. Get out with the slaves, be free all of them. Proclaim this to them, but be in hurry, not to be too late if I would regret it. Lucifer aside, go ahead proudly, go about your way, think you're going when fate carries away. Adam, this object must remain uncompleted. Warning ruin to megalomany. Question mark to our power and frailty. Outside shouts of joy, workers disperse. Re-enters Lucifer. Lucifer, be glad, you slaves, the mighty has bowed down, but don't believe it to act under pressure. Eve, be consoled, oh be consoled, my darling. What good will the barren glory do to us, while creeping between us like a serpent? Adam, but it is great. Eve, get out with it. You see, wail became silent, will not disturb our delight. What do you crave for when rest in my arms? Adam, your horizon is narrow and flimsy, and just this attracts the proud man to your arms. Indulgence only can be loved by power, like protecting parents support their son most heartily due to his resourcelessness. Eve, alas, Pharaoh, maybe I bore you with my idle talk and my empty chatter. All is in vain. I am not more cultured. Adam, don't want to be more clever, my darling. I am sound of mind, and that's enough to me. I search your arms neither for power, neither for greatness, nor for knowledge. Into all these I can go further in my books. You have to chatter, so I listen to your voice to be aware throughout me of its flutter. It's the same what you tell. Nobody will ask what the tiny bird is singing. We shall listen to it with sweet expectations. Be you only flower, a dear trinket that's useless but fair, this is its merit. To Lucifer. And yet, I am eagerly wishing something. Maybe it's crazy, but please, meet my wish. Let me have a fearless look in advance, to several thousands of years, how my fame will live on afterwards. Lucifer, while you are kissing, do you not feel lukewarm and gentle breeze that lightly laps your face and flies away? Thin layer is left where it is flying off. This dust thickens a year only some inches, but amounts to ells during centuries. Millennia will bury your pyramids. Your name will be sunk into the sand dunes. Jackal howls in your gardens of delight. Beggars, slaves will populate the desert. What Lucifer says, all become visible. And this is done neither by sky-shaking tempests, nor by roaring and howling earthquakes, only by mild breeze that flutters round you. Adam, dreadful picture. Lucifer, with irony, don't fear. Just your mind is lost, your body is preserved as a mummy. object of curiosity of schoolboys, with distorted face, and without the faint script whether it was a slave or perhaps master. He kicks towards a mummy that occurred, meanwhile in front of he throne, and now is slowly rolling down on the throne steps. Adam, jumping up. Infernal delusion. Get out! Get out! Vain efforts. Crazy megalomany, it rings in my ear, millions for one. I have to assert the right of millions in free state. Elsewhere that's impossible. Be the person vanished when people lives making the whole from individuals. Eve. And you leave also me, your true love? Adam. Indeed. I leave you, the throne, everything. Guide me, Lucifer, to new intentions. Anyhow, I fool away many time in this wrong track. Starts drawing his sword. Eve, my lord, if you return with broken heart, you will find retreat in my arms. Adam. That's true. I suspect to find also you in an image that is highly purified. Then you'll hold me in your arms, not by order, but equal in rank, with feeling of delight. Exit, Lucifer. Don't be in hurry. You will run down your scope in time, maybe much farther back than you hope. You'll cry when you see it is crazy and hard, while I am laughing. Let's go ahead. Forward. 5th scene. Athens. Agora with a platform in the middle. In the foreground, aside, an open temple with sculptures of gods, garlands, and altar. Eve as Lucia, wife to General Miltiades, with her son. Clymon, accompanied by servants bringing sacrificial vessels, are coming towards the temple. Hall. In the agora, people are standing in rags. Bright morning. Eve. This way, my beloved little son. Look, her father sailed to that direction to battle at far frontiers of our home. Rude people are there living who have been rashly a threat to our homeland and freedom. Let's pray. Let's pray, my beloved son, so our justness be protected by the heaven, and let your night father return safe and sound. Cimon, why my noble father has gone far away to safeguard this ragged and coward people, while his fair lady's eating out her heart. Eve. Alas, don't judge your generous father. These children lie under the curse of God. Only the woman in love has the right to bewail the actions of her husband that would be missing. She would be made ashamed. Your father did his duty as expected. Clymon, you fear, mother, he will be defeated. Eve. Not at all, my son. Your father's hero, he wins. But I fear for him he's unable to triumph over himself. Cimon, how is that? Eve. Soul has always a selfish word. This is the ambition. It is asleep in all slaves, or, when repressed, is degraded to crime, but getting warm, it is made grow high by the freedom, and is shown as civic virtues. This generates all beauties and the great, but if it's too strong, attacks its breeder, and will fight till one is bleeding to death. If this strong selfish word would him overcome, and if he would betray this holy land, I would swear at him. Let's go to pray, son. They go into the temple. Meanwhile, more and more people come to the agora, first from the crowd. There is no exciting news, as if our army would find the enemy nowhere near. Second from the crowd. And also at home, everybody's sleepy. Maybe nobody's working on some plans like in days gone by. That to be realized, the howl of high people would be needed. I am wandering since this morning here, and nobody wanted to buy my vote. First from the crowd. There would be no harm to make disorder. During this time, Eve set light to the altar's fire, washed her hands, and made herself ready to offer up the sacrifice. Servants to her start to sing hymns that last. During the subsequent scene, the agora is full with citizens and people. Two demagogues struggle for the platform. First demagogue, get out. This is my place, this is my site. Our land is endangered, if I cannot speak. People howl acclamation. Second demagogue, it will be lost if you speak. Agent, get out. People laugh and applaud. First demagogue, you are not agent since nobody buys you. Citizens, it's painful to me to speak. It is sorrowful to humiliate deeply the great, and to be forced to drag the grand soldier to your unfailing court. From the triumphal car. Second demagogue, that's good, evil. Now trim with flowers the brute beast to be offered in sacrifice. First demagogue, get out of the way. Somebody from the crowd. Why weave to listen to that mad scoffer? People haul the second demagogue. First demagogue, though I have aches in my heart, I have to speak, since you, glorious and princely people, I set above your military leader. Second demagogue, this mean-souled, starving group in rags and tatters that like a dog is on the outlook for garbage of its masters? Oh ho, you poltroon, I can't be envious of your fancy. Somebody from the crowd. He is much more insulted. Eve offers 2 pigeons and incense on the altar. Eve, holy Aphrodite, oh, take and accept the smoke of this incense and answer my pray. I want my man not to be crowned by laurel to free, but his heart from domestic troubles. Eros occurs smiling in the smoke of sacrifice. Graces stand round it and scatter roses on it. Devoutly standing group. Servants answer her. Eros woman, be blessed by the pure heart. Graces, and the protection of graces be with you. Servants, thanks be to Aphrodite. First demagogue, now let you hear the charge. Great Miltiades betrayed his country. Second demagogue, oh, you lie, you lie. Hold your tongue, or else the shame of belated regret is yours. First from the crowd, get out of there, rotter. He is whirled into the crowd. First demagogue, he's holding your bloom in his hands. He captured Lemnos with 1 stroke, and now he's tarrying at Paros. He is certainly bought over. Third from the crowd, the death to him. First citizen, come on, shout, or get along with you of my reserved sight. Sacrifice is ended, gods disappear. Eve, what's that buzz outside? Let me see, my son. Shimon, a traitor, is condemned mother, I think. Eve. My heart sinks when seeing the sentence of the starving crowd passed on the powers that be. When mighty is defamed, the mob is gloating over and insulted with mockery, as it would verify its own aspersion. Second from the crowd, my good sir. I am hoarse and I want to shout. Second citizen, here you are. Drink and make your gorge wet. Second from the crowd, and what should I shout then? Second citizen, say death to his head. Somebody from the crowd. To death, to death. Eve, about whom are they speaking? Second demagogue, about who else is about him? A head taller than others. They'll have none of it. Eve. Miltiades? Oh, my almighty gods! And you, old Crispus, who was liberated from slavery by him, you shout also death? Crispus, forgive me, lady, only one of us may live. I am sustained with 3 children by him who wants me to vote so. Eve. Oh, woe to thee. Crispus, if your fate drags down you to depths, though I indulge seeing that you're starving. But you, Thersites? And you all, who sleep in the languishment of abundance, cause my husband dislodge the enemy from your gates. Oh, you're highly ungrateful, Thersites. Oh, my lady, it is sorrow and painful, but what to do, that's the public anger. Who will venture all what he possesses, defying everything and braving the waves? First demagogue, now I declare the judgment of people. Lucifer, as soldier, comes running with distracted face. Lucifer, to arms, to arms. Enemy is at the gates. First demagogue, that's nonsense. Our victorious general is not there. Lucifer, just he. He is the enemy. He found out what you have contemplated. The righteous anger flared up in his heart. While you speak, he'll be here with fire and sword. Second demagogue, this misfortune is due to you traitors. Somebody from the crowd, let's knock them down. Hail to the general. Oh, woe to us! Alas! Run for your lives. Everything is lost. First demagogue, not at all. To the gates, pay homage to him. Eve. O almighty gods! The judgment wailed that took off you from me, but it is to me more sorrowful that you verified it, though I shall regain you. First from the crowd, take as hostage his wife. If our town will be damaged, she must die together with her son. Eve, I would die, husband, heartily for you, but curse of homeland must not fall on my son. Phymon, don't have fears for me. Come with me, mother. This shrine will protect us from all maltreatments. They go up to the hall from the pursuing group. 2 nymphs lower a rose chain behind them. The pursuing group immediately stops. Trumpets sound outside. People disperse with wailing. Nymphs disappear. Lucifer rubs his hands and laughs. It was a nice joke. To laugh at is so kind where broken are the hearts and goes blank the mind. Turning towards the temple. But to see this ever-rejuvenating, everlasting beauty always disturbs me. I feel cold in its unfamiliar sphere. that makes prudish all those who have nothing on, makes all sins to be noble, and the fate to be majestic, with its pure roses and inviting lips of simplicity. Why my world is behind its time for so long, the monster, the dreadfulness, full with doubt, to frighten far away this delusion, which always revives the man being on the verge of going under in this long fight. But it remains to be seen whether soon the horror of death comes certainly to us. Your unentertaining phantom will be perished when it goes to its utmost limits. He mingles in the crowd. Adam as Miltiades is wounded and guided by an armed group. Before him the imploring crowd and the demagogues. Somebody from the crowd, long live our leader. Be merciful to us. Adam, what is your fault, and why do you implore me? And what powerful may ask from the weak? But my wife, my son don't come to meet me. Are they insulted or perhaps injured? Eve, oh Miltiades, why do you come when your wife can't rejoice at your arrival, my son? Your mother sinks down, help me. Your father does not will a good name to you. Adam, what's that? It is beyond me. Crowd implores, my wife curses, and my chest bleeds for the home. Eve, but both home and my heart bleed much stronger. Why did you come at the head of your army? Adam, is it not due to me to be escorted? I've come, 'cause my heavy wound does not allow to be equal father to all my duties. I've come that, as traditional, to give back my power to majestic people, to put it in its hands and account for my acts. Now, I disband you, my comrades in arms. You have deserved the quietness of your heart. And now, Athena Pallas, consecrating the sword, I hang it over your altar. He is guided into the temple's hall. His soldiers disperse. Eve falls about the neck of her husband. O Miltiades, who is more happy than your wife, you noble and generous man. Look at your son, he favors his father, how beautiful he is. Adam, O my dear ones. Shimon, I knew very well my father knows what to be done. Eve, oh, don't make me ashamed of it, his good lady ought to know it much better. Adam, my son, your father's sword offer you up. Shimon, hanging up the sword, protected be this dear sword by you, goddess, till some day I return to you for it. Eve, let the mother offer up this incense to this sacrifice in pairs. Pallas, help us. She offers up incense. First demagogue, on the platform, was I at all right? That he's a traitor? That Darius bought over him? The wound is pretense, he does not want against him to fight. Somebody from the crowd, the death to him. Adam, what's all the noise about? Eve, alas, Miltiades, that is dreadful charge, you're said a traitor by the crowd anew. Adam, it's a foolish charge. Me to be a traitor who won the fight at Marathon? Evo, that's true, what you have found here. It's a depraved world. First demagogue, why do you wait? Arrest him? People crowd before the temple hall, Lucifer among them. Eve, Miltiades, in this shrine you are kept safe, do not leave it. Why did you disband your comrades in arms? Why you have had not burnt down this den of vice? This mob deserves only to be shackled, 'cause it feels that you are the born lord of it, who are nobler alone than they're together, and will kill you but not to fall at your feet. First demagogue, do you hear how the wife to a traitor is speaking? Eve, that's the right of woman to defend her husband. Even he's guilty, even he's morally high as he is, and his enemy as freak as you are. First demagogue, why majestic people lets itself to be dispraised? First from the crowd, maybe it is right what she says. First citizen suspects are who vote for them. Shout and cry, you dirty dogs, or starve to death, you wasters. Somebody from the crowd to death. Adam, veil my son, oh, I want him not to see my blood. Leave me, my lady, leave me, not to be touched by thunderbolt that comes. Let die alone me, but why I have to live when I find the liberty, the reason why I've striven for a lifetime to be absurd. First demagogue. Do you hesitate? Somebody from the crowd to him, the death. Adam, Lucifer aside. Let me lead down from here. I don't have recourse to this shrine. He lets himself lead down the steps, putting Eve tenderly into the servant arms. Here you are, I'm ready. Do it, surely this crowd has just been crawling in the dust before you, Adam. Oh, this is why everything is in vain. The crowd does not overlook its self-disgrace. Lucifer, did you undeceive yourself? Adam, oh, far too. Lucifer, did you understand that you are nobler lord of this crowd than it was noble to you? Adam, maybe, But both of them are damnations. Fate is the same, but with different names. It is a vain hope to fight against it, and I'll never do. Why would any hot heart have high aspirations? Why would it do? Be it retiring, be it search of delight to fill somehow the very short being, to stagger deliriously to Hades. Guide me, Lucifer, guide me to new ways, and I will laugh to see the virtues and pains of others, while wishing delights only. And you, lady, who, I seem to remember, conjured a bower out of the desert. If you want, as respectable mother, bring up my son to me. A brave citizen, you're mad, are justly mocked by the maid sitting in the brothel with painted face and with wine-excited and inviting lips. Enjoy and pass time and deny virtue. Let me mount the scaffold as I'm sentient, not because I could do any sordidness, but cause could be inspired by the great thoughts. Meanwhile a block is brought in front of the steps. Lucifer stands close to it with a hatchet. Adam lowers his head. First demagogue put to death, the fatherland forever. Lucifer whispering to Adam, nice farewell it is. Well, my fearless sir, are you not thrilled now oddly enough by the unfriendly wind of the wry-faced cold death? Eve. Oh, Pallas, you did not answer my prayer. Lucia, my poor heart is satisfied. Lucifer. Be you damned, illusory world of dreams, you spoiled my most beautiful hours again. Eve. Be you damned, you plebeian and rigid crowd, you treated brutally the happiness, and its sweet flower was just stamped in dust. Albeit, liberty is not so sweet to you. Sixth scene. Rome, open hall with sculptures of gods, vessels in which volatile oil is burning, view to the Apennines. In the middle spread table with 3 couches. Adam as Sergiolus, Lucifer as Milo, Catullus, all as leechers, Eve as Julia, Hippia, and Cluvia as harlots. Carouse in frivolous dresses. Gladiators are fighting on a platform. Slaves stand awaiting orders. Catullus. By Hercules. No, Catullus, by Hercules, and who's so crazy of us to believe in gods? Take Julia, I'm ready to believe. Adam, all right. Lucifer. You swear to well-founded bases you replace the false god by another one. But tell us what to understand on this oath. Her beauty, her love are to be understood, or just her unbroken faithfulness to you. Catullus' charm is short-lived, and if it would not be, what now's delighting will be dull tomorrow, and you'll be seduced by the woman of less worth, by the witching charm of novelty. Adam, I said, her faithfulness, or who squanders more on his lady than me? Hippia, you're silly. Can you endlessly even make love to her? And if you could, you who are desirous of grasping delight and are flighty in vain, since only disperse tiny fragments of delight you can find in each woman you love, while the ideal of delight and beauty before you blinks as twinkling illusion, how do you know that one of its whims or a daydream don't allow herself to be tempted? The crashed muscles of a gladiator, Adam. That's true, Hippia, say not more. Why this delight attracts me is Tantalus, when the Herculean power is missing, and like Proteus we can't change ourselves, and a despised slave delights in an hour after a painful week, that's uselessly wanted by his lord. Is delight only a glass of cold water to man be athirst, and death to those who want to swim in it? Lucifer, what an illustrious moral course on the bosoms of fair girls and at flowered cups. But what about your bet? Adam, if I lost, then Julia is yours. Catullus, if you win. Adam, your horse is mine. Catullus, to 4 weeks you can take it back. I thrust it else into the fish pond of mine. Lucifer, look, Julia, at this fine and thick fish eat. You'll certainly fatten another. Eve, no beastly worm, does feast within you now. Be happy who lives, or when no chance is to be happy, have a good laugh at the least. She drinks. Adam to the gladiator, hey, hold your own. Catullus gallantly up ahead, go. The gladiator of Catullus falls, and imploring for his life he raises his fingers. Adam wants to show the sign of clemency, but Catullus pins his hand, and with clenched fist he turns thumb towards the gladiator. Recipe ferrum. Coward freak, I have enough slaves, and I'm not so hard-fisted to stint this short but thrilling performance of you, my dear, and beautiful ladies, since kissing is much more sweeter, and the lust is warmer when some blood was pouring. Meanwhile the gladiator was executed by the other. Adam, the horse is mine, come, Julia, kiss me, come. Slaves, carry out the corpse. And you dancers, let you make now some comedy to us. That was enough for today. The corpse is carried out, dancers take their place on the platform. Catullus, Cluvia, to me come, I cannot see a good while when others are kissing. Lucifer, what about us, Hippia, do we follow their action? But smack your lips, are they not wet by poisons? Well, now we can enjoy ourselves, my darling. Adam, why your heart is beating so heavily, I don't find, Julia, my rest on it. They're talking in undertones. Lucifer, listen, this fool speaking about the heart. Catullus, you see, darling, I do not maltreat your heart. You make what you want. I don't want to know if your kiss is hot and is free for me. Cluvia, you are kind-hearted. Hail to your health this wine. She drinks. Catullus, that's right, Cluvia, but don't refuse your soft arms and delicate bosom from me, you see. My garland has slipped off my head. To the dancers. Oh, that's a favorable turn in your dance. It's full of voluptuous fire and of charm. Cluvia, I cover your eyes, and you will find there what is also my most eager desire, and I cannot deserve even a good word. Pointing to Lucifer, but rather look at this vinegar-faced chap. Why does he occupy this bonny girl, if the only good service to him is that to leave? Her being asleep, and while he treats with sardonic smile and with stony face a lot of delightful though purposeless things that add relish to the conversation. Catullus, really, such a wry face is equal in a party to freeze the atmosphere. Who goes against the enchantment of seconds, and does not himself to be carried away. He's good for nothing. I wish him to stay home. Hippia, indeed, I feel frightened that in this fellow the Black Death devastating the country is settled. Adam, away with this sorrowful nightmare. Away, sing us some piquant songs. Who of you'll sing the most beautiful one? Hippia sings, wine together with love may be never enough. Every sort has its own flavor and spice. And rapture, delightful rapture, like sun, all the subsided graves, brightens and lights up our life. Wine together with love may be never enough. All the maidens are differently nice, all in rapture, delightful rapture like sun. All the subsided graves brightens and lights up our life. Catullus, that's very good. Now, Cluvia, that's your turn. Cluvia sings in Days Gone by Foolish World. Was that Lucretia in her widow's bed was by a fair cavalier look. D4, her lips are silent, wants no delight more. She lays off into brothel to go, stabs herself to death without ado. All. Let's be happy. This world better is. Let's be happy. I am who here lives. Cluvia in Days Gone by Foolish World was that Brutus didn't sit in his cabinet, took his sword, and has gone to contend like a hireling, but to what an end! Fought for the ragged crowd's peace and wealth, and on the bare ground he bled to death. All. Let's be happy. This world better is. Let's be happy. I am who here lives. Cluvia, in Days Gone by Foolish World, was that ghosts upset the heroes. It was bad. Thought us holy. We are laughing at. If there were somebody who's mad, they could play in the circus in Hood, for us as sight, for the wild as food. All. Let's be happy. This world better is. Let's be happy. I am who here lives. Lucifer. Oh, Cluvia, you bore down Hippia. I'd like to be the poet of this nice song. Adam, you don't sing, Julia. Why are you grieve? Around us the others rejoice and laugh, for you don't like to have rest in my arms. Eve, oh, I do. But forgive me, Sergiolus, when happiness makes my brow darkened, I hold that this laugh is very false to me. The most delightful moment of us is spiced by one drop of an inexpressible grief. We guess, perhaps, this moment is flower, and thus languid. Adam, ah, I have the same feeling. Eve, particularly if I hear music, I do not listen to the empty words, but flood of sound will swing me like a ship, and I feel as to fall into a deep sleep. I fly back by this gentle sound to the past. Beneath the sun-flooded palms I was there unguilty and unsophisticated. The mission of my soul was magnificent. Forgive me. All this is the enchantment of the crazy dream. I kiss you again. I wake. Adam. Away with music and dance. The flood of eternal sweetness is mawkish to me. My heart wants rather some bitterness, and some gall into my wine, a sting to the reddening lips and disaster on me. Dancers exunt wailing from outside. What's that wail? What is this spine-chilling shriek? Lucifer, some madmen who dreamt of fraternity and equality before law are crucified. It serves them right. Why they did not remain at home while enjoying and forgetting the world? Why did they deal with business of others? Lucifer. Beggar does want the rich to be his brother. Invert them and see, he will crucify you. Catulus, let us laugh off misery and the power, the plague that takes its tithe of the people, and let us laugh off all fates of the gods. Wailing again, Adam and I feel as to fall into a deep sleep, and fly back by this gentle sound to the past. The mission of my soul was magnificent. You said so, Julia, did you? Eve, indeed. Meanwhile it grew dark. A funeral procession passes in front of the hall with torches and wailing women. The whole company is wrapped in deep silence for a while. Lucifer bursting into a laugh as I see merriness is gone away, the wine is over, or the joke is lost so that the vinegar-faced chap has enough. Or somebody of us maybe is fearing or just was converted. Adam, throwing his cup towards him, die if you think. Lucifer. Well, I'll invite a new guest in our ranks. Maybe he will bring here merriness again. Hallo there. Slaves, hallo. Bring him at once who passes this way under the torchlight. We'll offer him, after all, a glass of wine. Slaves carry in the corpse in an open coffin and put it on the table. The companionship remains in the background. Lucifer drinks the health of the guest. My nice chap. Drink. Tomorrow meet today thee. Hippia, maybe you want rather a kiss. Lucifer embrace him and steal out the obulus of his mouth. Hippia, if I kiss you, why not to kiss him at all? She kisses the corpse. Peter Apostle emerges from the attendants. Peter Apostle, hold on, hold on. You imbibe the Black Death itself. All arise shrinking back in horror. Oh, the Black Death, it's dreadful. Let's get out from here. Peter Apostle, you caddish gang, coward generation, who, while swimming in the goodwill of fortune, you are as cheeky as a cock-sparrow, you tread with mocking on God and virtue. But when disaster your window will shake, when you're burdened by almighty hand of God, you come to heal with disgusting despair. Do you not feel that you are burdened by the judgment of God? Look round, only look round. The town is ruined, and rude strangers are crushing your standing ripe on your heavy earth. Law is disorganized. Nobody orders. Nobody obeys. Plunder and murder haunt all over the peaceful and pleasant homes, followed by ghastly care and by horror, and you have no help from heaven or earth. You are unable to silence the voice with intoxication of the nice delights that breaks the silence of your bosom's depth, and incites you to nobler aims in vain. To you this is by no means satisfaction. Your heart's disgusted only by delight. You glance round worried. Your lips are trembling. All is in vain. You are free of faith in the ancient gods that became disintegrated. God sculptures disintegrate. These fall to dust, and you don't find new God who'd liberate you from dirtiness anew. Well, look around. What devastates in your town with greater power than Black Death itself? Thousands leave their soft couches to take the road to populate the large empty squares of Thebes with infuriated hermits, to seek there for something to irritate and excite their torpid, dull amativeness. You'll be exterminated, freak nation, from the purifying scene of this great world. Hippia, falling down in front of the table. Oh, woe to me, that is a dreadful pain. I'm in cold sweat. I bath in Orcus's fire. The plague, the plague. Oh, I'm lost. I was lost. Will nobody assist me out of you who have shared with me so many delights? Lucifer, today thee, my darling, tomorrow me. Hippia, well, kill me then, kill me, else I swear at you. Peter Apostle, walking up to her. Don't swear, my maid. Don't swear, but be forgiving. I will assist you, and also the great Lord, the eternal Lord of the holy love. Arise to him, see, by means of this water your soul will be purified immediately you hasten to him. He baptizes her with water from a dish on the table. Hippia, father, I relax. Dies. Catulus starts to go. I leave for the base even today. I'm put off all the nefarious world. Cluvia. Wait me, Catulus. I'll go also with you. Exunt. Adam, being lost in thoughts, comes to the foreground. Eve follows him. And you, Julia, what are you doing here, where death does allow no glimmer of delight? Eve now, where I must be? Of course, where you are. Oh, Sergiolus, you could find a lot of generous feelings in my loving arms where you were after passing delights only. Adam, and was after them in myself, oh, in vain, to perish miserably and pettily until then to be in pain. If God does live, he kneels down and lifts up his hands to heaven if he cares for and has power over us. Let him bring new nations and new thoughts to this world, those to transfuse the freak race, and these to allow the nobler to rise. I feel everything we have possessed, lost its glamour, and to generate something new, our power is insufficient. Answer me, my lord. In the sky the cross occurs in glory. From behind the mountains the redness of burning towns is seen. From the peaks nomad troops descend. Devote hymn is heard from a distance. Lucifer in himself, this scene gives me a thrill somehow in my heart, but I've to fight only against the man. He is doing for me what I can't at all. That's a similar joke I have often seen. If the glory, yet slowly, will be lost, remains for me there the bloodthirsty cross. Peter Apostle Lord has answered you. Take a look around. The retrograded earth begins to revive. These bare-skinned barbaric warriors who set the luxurious cities afire, whose horses stamp flat all what passed, centuries produced and find their stockyard within the desolated temples, will refresh the blood in the degenerated arteries. Those who sing hymns in the hippodrome, while the faming tigers tear to pieces their bosoms, will bring new thought. That is fraternity and liberation of the individuals. That will the whole world stagger in its basis. Adam, I feel, the soul's eager for something that's bright and differs from the vain and torpid delight. What can be a match to the bliss of bleeding slowly the heart with some ecstatic feeling? Peter Apostle, be your aim, eternal glory to the Lord, and to you labor. The person is free to enforce all what he bears in himself, bound by one and only order, by love. Adam, arise to fight, arise to burn for the new. First citizen. We have often heard this kind of oration, and our house has been set afire at once. Adam, to the knights. Well, as you see, this is the fatal result when so many reivers wave the holy banner, but with hidden infamous plans, and treacherously flattering the dull crowd obtrude themselves unbidden to be the head. My knight friends, till our sword is contending for the spotless honor, for glory of the Lord, for guard of women, and for the heroism we are destined to keep within, bounds this ghastly and horrific demon, and guided to make the great and superbness against its wishes and eagernesses. Lucifer. Sounds nice, Tancred, but if the crowd believes not any longer that you are its leader, Adam, where spirit is, there is the victory. I will stamp it flat. Lucifer, and if it had spirit, do you condescend to it? Adam, for what end? I think it would be nobler to inspire it. To despair of the hard struggle and lack of comrades is just as petty as to leave out somebody ungenerously of the game because being jealous of his well-deserved share. Lucifer, you see, how degenerated the great thought, the reason why the hippodrome's martyrs died. Is this the liberation of entity? That is a marvelous fraternity. Adam, don't mock me. Don't think that I can't comprehend the holy words. That's the wish of my life. Who bears the holy fire, may and must do. Who wins his way to us, he will be welcome. One sword stroke gets him into our order. But we have to preserve the treasures of our order in this rioting confusion. Oh, I wish the fullness of time would come. Our salvation will come only true when all limits fall down, 'cause everything will be plain. I'd be doubtful of such a day to come when, who brought this great work into action, would not have been the Almighty Lord himself. My dear friends, you saw how we were welcome here. Being lonely in this clamorous town, there's nothing left but to encamp in that grove as it was our wont among the heathens, and be patient till it falls out for the best. Let you start off, I'll follow you, and each knight is responsible for his attendance. It is great pity that your lofty thoughts yield only the fruit that is red outside, but its flesh is powder only. Adam, that's enough. You don't believe in something that is nobler? Lucifer. If I did, what good will that do to you if your race doesn't? This order of knighthood you put as pharaohs into rolling sea, it will blow out and will be ruined some day, and will be more faithful to bold passengers than any other that has ever lighted. All what lives and acts while spreading the grace will die some time, its spirit will be lost. The body survives as a ghastly beast, while blowing out murderous miasmas into the new world generated round it. You see, the greatnesses of past will be preserved so. Adam, till our order is ruined. Maybe its holy word will affect the crowd, then there's no danger more. Lucifer, the holy word. This holy word is your curse, however, if you hit on it by chance, wherever. You eviscerate, make it turn and twist, and keep it tapping with hardened fist, till it will be madness or bonds of some kind, cause no exact concept may enter your mind, and yet you hunt for it, arrogant man, but it's always to you a dreadful dam. Or look at this sword, be it either small or long, its essence does not change at all. We may continue endlessly this talk, and where's the point? Where we will stop the walk? Your feeling will it immediately find when follows the change in a greater kind. But it is tiring, why I wag my tongue, look around yourself only for a long. Some citizens re-enter again. Adam. My friends, my legion's tiered, it asks for retreat. Maybe here, in the seat of Christianity, it is not in vain. Third citizen, maybe you are much worse in heresy than heathens are themselves. Fourth citizen, I'm lost in wonder. Tell me who's the prince coming up so haughty and provokingly. Lucifer, he is prelate, follower of apostles. Adam, and what's this barefooted and dirty mob that escorts the people in chain with gloating, and with the malice of false humility? Lucifer, it's a Christian cynic group of friars. Adam, I did not see these in my ancestral hills. Lucifer, you will see, you know, poisoning only slowly spreads. But take care, don't insult this folk that is highly moral, and just thence highly relentless. Adam, what's that may be the virtue of such an eccentric people? Lucifer, asceticism and renouncement are their aim, commenced by your famous master on the cross, Adam. This was the redemption of the world by him. But this mob blasphemes only the God, like the rebels looking down upon their favors. Anyone is fool who takes up the arm against a gnat that is proper against a bear. Lucifer, maybe they mistake the gnat for the bear, or do they have no right to this? Have they no right also to send the rakes to the devil when feeling their heroism? Adam, patriarch, my son, I cannot deal with petty affairs. I've to serve the glory of God and the welfare of people, to condemn heretics whose sprinkling moral poisons grow as the weeds. And although we put them to fire and sword, the devil floods us with them with renewed force. But if you have been warriors of the cross, while you seek Saracens so far away, here you've more dangerous enemy. Up, go into their thorps, kill them out, kill all the women, all the aged and all the children. Adam, Father, you dare not want to kill innocents. Patriarch, the serpent is innocent while it's small or when it lost its poisoned tooth. And do you spare it? Adam, indeed, it can be fearful crime that has infuriated the church of eternal love. Patriarch, my son, oh my son. No, not who flatters the flesh loves in truth, rather who orders the spirit to return, though by sword or through flares to the eternal, who said, I brought not peace, but rather fighting to this earth. In the mysterious tenet of the Holy Trinity, this false-hearted mob preaches the homoousion, while church has decided to be the basis of confession the homoousion. Friars to death, the stake is now flaming. Adam, give up, my friends, this ominous eye. Your fearlessness will be greater sacrifice in the great fight for the Holy Sepulchre. Old heretic Satan, don't tempt us. We shall bleed for our true confession where God has foreordained. The friar, you insolent, you boast of true confession? Old heretic, did the Council of Rimini or some others not speak for us? The friar, it went astray. But at Nicaea and in other true councils they gave the case for us, did not they? Old heretic, the factious did. What a shameless attempt is to compete with us. Or tell me, have you any doctors of the church like Arius and the two Eusebiuses? The friar, and have you any Athanasius? Old heretic, where are your martyrs? The friar, we have more than you have. Old heretic, nice martyrs are who were beguiled by devil by its delusion, and condemned them to death. I say, you have been the large Babylon, the courtesan that's cited by St. John, that will disappear from the scene of this world. The friar, the seven-headed dragon, The Antichrist you are, being cited by our St. John. You are truthless. You're the devil's disciples. Old heretic, robbers, serpents, fornicators, murderers, patriarch away with them. We've just now lost too much time. Burn them at stake. Damn them to glory of God. Old heretic. That's right, you evil, to glory of God. The victim's dying to his great glory. You are powerful and do what you want. Be judged by heaven. Your ill time is already numbered. New warriors will generate from our blood. The thought is living, and the blazing flame will light over subsequent centuries. Come, friends, let's go into the glorious death. My God, why desert me? Why do my cries of anguish bring no help? Cry by day, but thou wilt not reply, and no relief comes to me in the night. Yet thou art throned, my God. Psalms, friars interrupting choir. Fight those who fight me, O thou eternal. War on those who war on me. Seize the shield and buckler. Stand up as my champion. In the meantime, the patriarch and the procession march away. Some friars with written text mingle with the crusaders. Adam, that may be ridiculous to others. One hair separates the two concepts only. A sound in your heart will vote for this or that. This mystic judge is sympathy that either deifies or kills you with its mocking. Adam, why I looked at these sins only, that are captious fights in the superb science. This is murderous poison being brilliantly extracted from the most refreshing flower. This beautiful flower, I knew it once, in early age of our pursued confession. Where is the sinner who impoverished it? Lucifer. Sinner is, yes, the victory itself that subverts, bears thousands of interests. Danger binds and produces martyrs and always confirms. It speaks for the heretics. Adam. Really, I would throw my sword away and would go back to my homeland in the north, where in shade of intact ancient forests, the esteemed virtue, the pure simplicity outdare all poisons of this false epoch. If I wouldn't be inspired by mystic words that I have to regenerate this epoch. Lucifer, that's useless effort. You'll never assert the individual against his era. Age is a stream that carries or dips in. Person is only swimmer, not leader. Those who are said as great, and those who have some effects, have followed their centuries, but did not create new and new concepts. Not the day is breaking 'cause cock is crowing, but the cock crows because day is breaking. Those who hurry there in chains to suffer the martyr's death and are laughed at from everywhere, only they have some guess through generations the new thought will loom only among them, and for which they die, their descendants will breathe in it from the air almost free from care. Enough of it. Let's have a look at your camp, what that infamous friars are doing there, what they are selling, what they are speaking with crazy and raging gesticulation. Let's listen to them. A friar champions, warriors. Take this book of expiation that will be your guide in all your incredulities. This will teach you how long the murderer and the fornicator, the sacrilegist and the perjurer will suffer all pains of hell. This will teach you that 1 year penalty can be bought off by some 20 thalers by the rich, and by 3 if you were poor, and who cannot pay, can buy it off by several thousands of hard cuts with whip. Adam, I don't know yet, do I wish you to wake up, maybe you will leave me like a vision. How a body can be so ethereal, noble, so worthy of adoration. Lucifer, ethereal body. That is true. Oh, the fate could not give more punishment to the lover for his craziness than to fulfill all that he will say or believe about his sweetheart, Adam. I seem to remember I knew you once. We stood together there at the stool of Lord. Lucifer, would you be so kind as to not forget, as your love is entertaining in pairs. It says not to the taste of a third party. Adam, she opens her eyes, smiles. Thanks be to God. Eve, my knight, you rescued me. How to thank to you. Adam, 1 word of your lips is the richest prize. Lucifer, to Helene, this prize is poor enough, I don't win it. Helene, and what my thankfulness would be to you? Lucifer, oh ho, you think that the generous knight did rescue also you? What a vanity, When the knight does rescue the beautiful miss, his squire will surely rescue her chambermaid. Helene, and what could I win? Am I either thankful, and it's the same as danger caught me up, or unthankful, and thus also damned? Albeit pursuers were not so ugly. Madam, my lady, where should I guide you to, tell me? Eve, in front of us there is the cloister's door. The cloister, you say, but tell upon your honor, its door will not close the hope for me. Give me a sign to fasten it to this cross. While that calls me to fight in my duty, bring this back to me, my most beautiful dreams, and not to wait for everlasting years, at the end of which my reward shimmers. Eve, take this ribbon. Adam, this pitch-black ribbon, this. Oh, my lady, give me hope, not sorrow. Eve, this sign is mine. I can't give else to you. Within the cloister there will be no hope. Adam, and no love, of course. But where you are, there must be love, my lady. There must be love. I see your guise. Shows you are not novice. Eve, do not beset me with your urgent questions, but you beset me when I see your grief grows. Lucifer, so will this mystic door close also you? Helene, indeed, but its key is not thrown into sea. Lucifer, what a pity! I could fabricate a nice elegy of this case. Helene, you are false, get out. Lucifer, but why? Is it not magnificent thought to submerge to the sea floor for your key? Helene, oh, I do not wish this. Lucifer, I'm off at once. The depths monster bears ill will towards me. Helene, come back, come back. Oh, I will die of fear. The key will be sooner in my window. Adam, well then, let me know your name at the least. Let me remember it in my hot prayer, to ask benediction to you. If you refuse to share the mourning of your fate, Eve Izora is my name. And what is yours? Prayer better suits those who are cloistered. Adam, my name's Tancred. Eve Tancred, farewell to you. Adam Azora. Do not so suddenly leave me, else I shall swear at the name you said first when you said the unhappy farewell to me. This minute was short even for a dream. How can I keep it on? You'll be secret, and I'm unable to embroider it with thread of your fate. Let you know my sad fate. My father fought for the sepulchre too. Once in a night the wild enemy broke in upon him and his camp with fire and sword. There was no hope to fly from before them. He made a holy vow to Blessed Virgin, me, who at that time was a child only, to offer for her if he will return. Returned, and now I communicated at this assurance. Adam, O Holy Virgin, you, who are the incarnated pure love, you didn't draw back with injury from this blasphemous assurance that does condemn all your virginal and graceful virtues, turning into curse the divine aid of God. Helene, and you do not want to know my fate. Lucifer, I know you loved and were disappointed. You loved again, and already you deceived. Again you loved. You'd enough of your gallant. Now your empty heart waits for a new prey. Helene, it's strange. Maybe you've a pact with the devil, but I didn't believe you so meek to be that you will figure my heart to be empty. Lucifer to Adam, my lord, be quick. You can't bid farewell to her, and I can't prevent my total victory. Adam, Asora, all your words are stings in my heart. Let its poison be sweetened by a kiss. Eve, my knight, what do you wish? You heard my vow. Adam, maybe. It's not forbidden me to love you. Eve, you're happy, but how shall I forget you? Tancred, I start or all my powers fail. Goodbye, farewell. We shall meet in the heaven. Adam, farewell. This day's memory will never fade. Eve enters the cloister. Helene aside. You poltroon, have I to do everything? Aloud. Key will be in window, not in the sea. Follows Eve. Adam. Well, let's go. Lucifer. Meanwhile it has become dark. The moon rises, Izora and Helene in the window. Eve. How longing were his eyes, how he trembled. Ah, this heroic man trembled before me. But my chastity and faith are above all. Helene. It's wonderful how crazy our sex is when she does break with her prepossessions, runs for delights as a riotous beast, tears away the dignity from her visage and flounders in the mud, held in contempt where not, is afraid of her own shadow, and lets wither away her useless charms, stealing the delight from her and the other. Why she doesn't choose happy mean, or why it's hurtful to have a passing fancy, though, with propriety, that's beyond me. The woman has not been a spirit only. Eve, Helene, look around, he's standing there. How could he so easily run away? I wish to hear his voice again. Adam, to Lucifer. Oh, look around. Maybe she stands in window, and maybe she will send a glance after me. I wish to see her slim figure again. Oh, Azora, do not regret me to be here. Eve. It would be better for us. You were not here. Broken hearts can easily unite, and it's painful when they are torn from each other. Adam, do you not fear to listen to the calm night, that like the heart beats from the love itself, and only we are forbidden to love? Do you not fear its charm will sweep away? Eve, this lives inside me too, like a magic dream that haunts this world, perhaps from heaven only. Wonderful, nice things vibrate in the air. In leafy crowns we saw thousands of spirits with smiling eyes and fraternal kisses. But they will speak to us, Tancred, nevermore. Adam, but why does this unkind wall hamper me? Having exacted ransom from the heathens, is it beyond me as to pull down this wall? Lucifer it is, 'cause the time spirit protects it, and is stronger than you. Adamo! Who says that? In the background, the flame of a stake lights up. Heretics inquire from afar. Rescue me from the sword, save my life from these cub. Pluck me from the lion's jaws. Pluck my unhappy soul from these wild oxen's horns. Then shall I tell my fellow of thy fame, and praise thee in our gathering. Eve, my lord, be merciful to their sinful souls. Adam, drawing back in horror. Oh, what frightful song! Lucifer, that's your wedding song. Adam, no matter, be it, I will not take fright. For you I fly in face of everything. Friars inquire from afar. Shame and dishonor cover those who are insolent to me. But may they shout for joy, may they be glad, who love to see me righted. May they have ever cause to say, all hail to the Eternal, who loves to see his servant prospering. Simultaneously with the commence of this choir, Adam, having walked up to the cloister's door, stops again. On the tower a sparrow. Owl howls, witches are flying in the air. In front of the door a skeleton gets up and stands threateningly in front of Adam. Eve, swinging the window to my lord, help me. Skeleton, be off this holy groundsel. Adam, who are you, ghost? Skeleton, that's me, who'll be in all your rye kisses and in all your embracements. Witches laughing sweet standing corn, harsh-flavored fruits. By small pigeons a serpent broods. Izora, you're invited. Adam, what phantoms! You have become transformed, or just myself? I knew you when you were smiling. What is the verity and what is dream here? My arms languish to your magic power. Lucifer, I happen to meet this nice company. I have long been expecting this encounter. Decent and beauty brood of nice witches that, in spite of everything, shines down highly the nymphs. In its baffling impertinence, this old comrade, the dreadful ghastly death who, when distorting the rigid virtue, fills the human being with loathing for it. To thee all hail. What a pity that I am busy and can't cackle away time with you. Phantoms disappear. Arise, Tancred, arise. Your sweetheart swung the window to. Why, we're standing here in the night. Wind is cold. You will be afflicted with gout. Helene is coming, and what can I do? The devil himself will surely not make love. He would lay himself open to ridicule, and would engorge his power by himself. That's wonderful. The human being yearns for love with ardent heart, but gains only pains. With stony heart, the devil is forced to seek for chances to free himself in time from it. Adam, guide me to new spheres. Guide me, Lucifer. I went into fight for the holy thoughts and found only curse in sordid perception. Man was sacrificed to the glory of Lord, and man was freakish to fill my ideal. I wanted to improve all our delights, and our delights were all stigmatized as sins. I set the virtue of knights, and this plunged dagger into my heart. Let's get out from here. I made perfectly clear what's my moral worth. I knew the mode to contend and to renounce. I can leave my post free of being shamed. I don't want to be animated more. The world in any motion be as once. I will not more repair its impelling force, looking at its slips impassively. I am tired. I want to have a rest. Lucifer, have a rest then, but I hardly believe that your mind, this turbulent force, allows to have a rest. Adam, come after me. 8th scene, Prague, the garden of the Imperial Palace. In the right there is a bower. In the left a tower for astronomic observation with a large balcony, with Kepler's desk, chair, and astronomic tools. Lucifer, as famulus to Kepler, stands on the balcony. In the garden, courtiers and ladies are walking in groups. Among them Eve as Barbara, wife to Kepler. Emperor Rudolf with Adam as Kepler are standing and talking. In the background a stake of a heretic is burning. Evening, later night. 2 courtiers come to the foreground. First courtier, who is there getting nicely warm again, a heretic or a witch. Second courtier, I don't know. It is out of fashion me to care for it. Only the dregs gather around the stake, and they are not raving with happiness, but look around and murmur in themselves too. First courtier. In olden days it was a celebration with the court and nobility present. Ah, so degenerate the good old times. They pass away. Lucifer, this cool evening fire gives pleasure to me, certainly. It has warmed for very long times. But I'm afraid it'll burn out within a while, being put out not by manly decision, being not replacked by new ideas, but in this age that's free of interest, nobody will stir up the glowing embers and I will be cold. All great thoughts have the fate to suffer. Finally this petty come down. He enters the tower. Rudolf and Adam enter the forestage. Rudolf cast. Kepler, my horoscope. In the night I had a nightmare, and I am fearing about the constellation of my star. Rather ill omen has occurred not long ago in its ring, there at the serpent's head. Adam, I'll do it, as your majesty ordered. Rudolf, when these climacteric days are over again, we'll also commence the masterpiece that has remained lately unsuccessful. Again I've studied Hermes Trismegistus, Synesius, Albertus, Paracelsus, the Key of Solomon and other works, until I recognized where we were at fault. As we made the antiquated king sweat, the raven and the red lion have occurred. Then the twofold Mercury has developed on the joint effect of the 2 planets, and the elixir of ores descended. But we made a blunder in the wet fire, in dry water, and this is only why holy wedding. The great result did not come that's rejuvenating the blood of greybeards, and sublimates the worthless metallic vein. Adam, I see, your majesty. Rudolf, just one word more. Bad tale is going about you in the court. You joined yourself to believe in new doctrines. You screened the tenets of the Holy Church, and now when your mother is imprisoned and lies under charge the heaviest can be, you will be under grave suspicion too when you are trying to release her so headily and indefatigably. Adam, but your majesty, I'm the son to her. Rudolf, the Holy Church, son, is your true mother. Let world exist, it is the best as it is. Don't want to improve it like a botcher. Or did I not shower blessings on you? You know, your father was an innkeeper. I did set your nobility behind doubts, though that was for me to worry about. I raised you up to my throne, and you got the hand of Barbara Muller only so. Thus I repeat, my son, be careful of you. Exit. Adam, being absorbed in thought, stops at the step of the balcony. 2 courtiers come to the forestage. 3rd courtier, look, how the stargazer's brooding again. 4th courtier. If I don't mistake, there's a man standing with these dark imprints on his stony face. Eve, my poor husband. For God's sake, my good lords, spare him the mistrust of this kind when speaking with me who is bound to him with holy bonds. 'Cause he is ill, he is very ill. 2nd courtier. This illness is caused perhaps by these bright eyes? 3rd courtier. In truth, what nobody dares. He would affront her with a jealous and false apprehension. Oh, I wish I were your knight. I would fling the gauntlet to this audacious fellow. Meanwhile they walk to Adam. Oh, master, I am happy to meet you. I just want to visit my goods and chattels. I need a weather forecast. 1st courtier, for my part, I want to know the horoscope of my son. He was born just last night, and in the small hours. Adam, to the majestic court, the queen as she is. Adam, do I not work to death at day and night? I have betrayed my knowledge only for you, and poison it when making these useless weather forecasts and crazy nativities. I keep to myself what my mind explores and proclaim what I know not to be true. I have to be abashed. Worse I became than the sibyls who did believe in all that they augured and I do not believe in. but I do it, and I try to please you. And what I'm doing with the blood money, I have need for nothing in this funny world. I need only the night and its bright stars, only the mystic harmony of the spheres. The surplus is yours. But you must know the Emperor's pouch is most often empty, and most of the bills are paid with some delay. What I'll get in the morning will be yours, and you're unthankful. This gives pain to me. Eve, crying, you reproach me what you have done for me. Did I spend not enough on you at all? The daughter of a noble family, yes, when having joined my fate to your doubtful rank. And not this is why you could attain to the high court? You are unthankful, deny it. Adam, are mind and knowledge doubtful ranks at all? Is on my brow the bright heavenly beam of ambiguous misty origin? Outside this, where is nobility? What you call nobility, it's only a mouldered phantom. That's free of its soul, but that of mine is eternal and strong. Oh, my lady, if you could conceive me, if your soul would akin to me, as I believed it when you kissed me at first, you would be proud within me and would not look for happiness outside my lonely world. You would not unbosom all sweetness of you to the world, and would not keep everything that is bitter as gall for our own poor hearth. Oh, lady, I loved you with all my heart, and even now I love you, but the honey you gave me has turned bitter in my soul. It's painful to see how noble you'd be. If you could be woman, fate degraded you. My John, do not take it so serious when I tell sometimes, not often, this and that. I did not want to make you dolorous, but see, the high court is so marvelous, and ladies are so haughty and mocking. Why have to fly in proud face of them? We aren't on bad terms more, is it not so? Good night. For morning don't forget the cash. She walks down into the garden. Adam woman. What a fantastic mixture of the ill and good, composed of poison and honey. Why she attracts? Because good of her own, but her crimes of her age that her begot. Famulous. Enters Lucifer with a lantern and puts it on the table. Lucifer, what can I do for you, sir? Adam, a weather forecast and a nativity are what I need. Please prepare these at once. Lucifer, indeed, bright and promising ones, of course. Who would pay for the stubborn facts in cash? Adam, but do not these so as to be absurd. Lucifer. Maybe it is beyond my power to call phantoms that would the parents scandalize. Is not the new arrival Messiah a bright star occurred on the family sky? That grows later to as cheeky as common. In the meantime Eve got the bower. The third courtier comes forward. Third courtier. How long you make me pine, you are so cruel. Eve. Maybe it's too great sacrifice to you to suffer frosty winds during the night, while I am unfaithful to my good husband, and draw upon myself the heaven's curse and judgment of the world for you, my knight. Third courtier. O curse of heaven, and judgment of the world will not reveal the secret of this bower. Adam meditating. I wanted the age that fights for nothing, when traditions of the society, when these consecrated preconceptions are intact, and when I can have a rest, when it is allowed me to wait for the healing of my wounds with phlegmatic smile. The age came, but why, if here in my bosom the soul lives, this holy, painful heritage that the silly man got from the heaven? It wants to be active, and allows no rest and fights against the inactive enjoyment. Hey, Famulas, bring wine, I so shudder. This frosty world I must warm up with this wine. In this freak age you have to be ardent, and can leave its abusing muck only this way. Lucifer brings wine, Adam plies the bottle till the end of scene. Ah, you infinite sky, uncover to me your mystic and consecrated great book. When I have learnt the secrets of your laws, I forget my age and everything of me. You are perpetual, and that is mortal, and you exult while that grieves deeply me. Third courtier. Oh, Barbara, if you could be only of mine, if Lord would take to himself your husband to better understand the order of sky, what he dreamt of through his laborious life. Eve, silence, my knight. I'd be sorry for him, so you could not among my tears a kiss win. Third courtier, you play a joke. Eve, I tell you even the truth. Third courtier, who can perceive this mystic frame of mind? Barbara, so you don't love me at all? Or tell me, if I were poor or banished, what would you do for your true devotee? Eve, that is beyond me, upon my honor. Adam, will be there any age that will melt this rigid apathy? and will be facing the old-fashioned lumberers with renewed hopes and force. That will be judge, that will punish and clear. He stands up and walks with a stagger to the margin of the balcony. That does not shrink back from magnificent tools, does not fear to say the words out of sight, that will rush down on its disastrous way as some gigantic rolling mass, that may perhaps crush him who denominated it. The melody of the Marseillaise is heard. I hear the hymn of the future. I found the magic words, the great talisman that will rejuvenate this age-worn world. Ninth scene. The scene turns suddenly to Paris, Place de Grève. The balcony turns into a guillotine platform, the desk into the guillotine itself. Besides it, Lucifer stands as executioner. Adam as Danton makes a speech to the buzzing crowd. A group of recruits occurs with drums beating, and the group aligns at the guillotine. Bright day. Adam continuing equality, fraternity, liberty. The crowd to all the death who don't agree with it. Adam, I say also this. 2 words save the great thought that's now highly threatened from everywhere. We tell one of these to all who are loyal, the homeland. S in danger, and they will awake. The others thunder to the crime, and sound so be in fright, and they'll be annihilated. Kings have revolt against us, and we now flung. Before them the head of our reigning prince, also the clergy rebelled against us. Their false lightning was wrested out of their hands, laying back the pure reason to its high throne. The other message, sent to brave men by our fatherland, is not repeated yet. 11 armies combated the borders, and what heroic youth streams without cease to replace all the heroes killed in action? Who declares that ferocious craziness will decimate the great generous nation? When ore is boiling, the slag will fall out, and the precious pot will be well preserved. And let us be ferocious or bloodthirsty, or let us be considered as monsters. I do not care for my name, be it accursed, it's all one, only the homeland be free. Recruits, give arms, and a captain us. Adam well said, that's true. You want arms only for you, though you're short of any other goods, your dress got tattered, and you are barefooted. But with your bayonets you will gain all, 'cause you will triumph. People's invincible. One of our generals was executed, who allowed to be defeated at the head of his army. The crowd, he was a traitor. Adam, you are right. People has no riches, but only its blood that it sacrifices with generosity to the fatherland. Who is in command of this holy treasure and is unable to conquer the world, now he is a traitor. An officer leaves the ranks. The officer, please put me in his place, citizen, and I'll wipe out this insult. Adam, your overconfidence is praiseworthy, my friend. To prove, you will be true to your promise. It's your duty to show in the front line. The officer, this guarantee exists within my soul. And by the way, I have also my head. Maybe that's more worthy than that you cut off. Adam, who ensures me that you'll bring it if I ask? The officer, the best guarantee I am in myself, who makes ever nothing of his own life. Adam, this cannot be the belief of the youth. The officer, citizen, I summon you to do it. Adam, be patient. You will reach your aim someday. The officer, I see you don't trust in me, citizen. Let you be of better belief about me. He blows out his brains. Adam, poor fellow, he would deserve a bullet of the enemy. My friends, carry off him. See you again soon after victory. The recruit army marches off. Oh, I wish I could share your envied fate, but my only share is the fight, not glory, not that enemy by whom it's nice to fall, but that who treacherously watches for me and my fatherland with its practices. The crowd, put your finger on and death to him. Adam, whom I could point out are already died. The crowd. And who are suspected? They are guilty in addition. They are stigmatized by public anger. This unfailing oracle. Death to the aristocracy of blood. Let's go to prison cells and let's fulfill the law the people's laws consecrated. The crowd starts towards the prisons. Adam, danger is not there. The bolt's strong enough. The stinking heavy air that anyhow kills the soul and body helps to you. Leave them. Treachery laughs with head erect and sets Dirk on the benches of convent for you. The crowd. Up to the convent. It consists not of the wanted members. No, let the convent put off. Let's go first to prisons, to have some practice. Until then, Danton, Gather the names of all traitors. The crowd exits with threats. In the meantime, some sans-culottes carry a young Marquis and Eva's sister to him in front of the platform. A sans-culotte Danton, here you are. We bring 2 young aristocrats again to you. This haughty visage and these white dresses show their undoubtful heavy guiltiness. Adam, oh, what a generous pair. Come to me here. The sans-culotte let us follow our comrades rapidly, where labor for us and storm for traitors wait. Sans-culottes go away with the crowd. The Marquis and Eve get up the platform around which only a few guards remain. Adam, I cannot perceive my sympathy to you. I save you. However, for my own risk. The Marquis, no, Danton. Not so. If we were guilty, when you don't judge us, you betray your homeland. If we were not, we need not your empty grace. Adam, who are you? How you dare to speak to me so? The Marquis, I am Marquis. Adam, wait. Or do you not know we have no titles except citizen? The Marquis. As far as I know, our king did not suppress the titles. Adam, unlucky fellow, that's enough. This guillotine is also just eavesdropping. Enter our army, your calling is sure. The Marquis, I have no permission from my sovereign to enter another foreign army. Adam, then you will die. The Marquis, it's one person more in my family who suffered death for the king. Adam, why do you run into the foolhardy death? The Marquis, do you think this generous privilege is only your plebeian priority? Adam, you do defy me. I'll defy you too. Who'll be stronger? I save you despite your will, and my gesture will be accepted by the well-balanced times to come that will be free of party quarrels. National guards, come, carry to my home your liable for him. Some armed guards escort the Marquis. Eve, brother, be firm. The Marquis' sister, the Lord be with you. Exit, Eve, here. You have a head, not worse than Roland's one. Adam, oh, delicate lips. Do not tell so hard words. Eve, on the scaffold no tender words have been used. Adam, my only world is this horrific platform. When you entered it, a piece of heaven has descended and closed me in its shrine. Eve, the brute beast to be sacrificed was not mocked by sacerdotal society. Take for granted, the victim is myself, and if they are envious of my lordship, I look at my royal chair without the happiness, disdaining both the life and death. Hundreds are falling down here from day by day, and I wait the time when my turn follows. In these torrents of blood I'm anguished by the loneliness, and guess how good would be to love. Oh, lady, could you teach me this knowledge of heaven only for one day? Next day I would put my proud head under axe without fear. Eve, in this world by horror haunted you want love, your conscience does not scare you away. Adam conscience has been privilege of the commons, whose governed by the fate itself has no time to go ahead with foresight. Have you ever heard that the storm will stop when the weak rose keeps bending on its way? And who would be temerarious enough to judge representatives of the commons? Who foresees the fate that guides on its scene either a Brutus or Catalina? Or it's believed that who became famous will abandon his human being and turns into a superhuman spirit who is not interested in the scorned relations and in the worries of life. Alas, the heart pulses also on the throne, and if Caesar has had a sweetheart, so she perhaps knew him merely as nice boy, and she had not the slightest idea that the world fears and is shaken by him. And if it's so, tell why you could not love me. Are you not woman, and me not a man? It is said that heart either hates or loves as it is its own, since it's coming to life. I feel that my heart is related to yours, and you, lady, could not conceive this word? Eve. And if so, what's the use of it? You are with other God than I have in my heart. We shall each other never understand. Adam, let be your outmoded ideals off. Why do you sacrifice the old banished gods? Altar is the only due of woman that is always young, and this is the heart. Evo, deserted altar may also have martyrs. Oh, Danton, it's more majestic to preserve the remains with reverence than to cry hail to the uprushing power, and this mission fits much better the woman. Adam, nobody saw me to become maudlin, and if he saw now enemy or friend, that the man hunted by the cruel fate to purify the world like a roaring storm, makes a pause on, The scaffold and wants to love, he stops at a young maid with tears in his eyes. One would forebode that Danton will be failed. He would laugh loudly. Nobody would feel fear. Yet, I implore you for a beam of hope. Eve, when your soul will relent beyond the grave and puts off the bloody dust of this age. Maybe Adam, don't tell more. My maid, don't tell more. I do not believe in that other world. My fight is illusory against my fate. The crowd re-enters with bloody arms and with bleeding heads on spears. Some from the crowd reach as far as the platform. The crowd we did the justice. How a proud race it was. A sans-culotte giving a ring to Danton. Take this ring to the altar of fatherland. One of the rotters put it in my hand when I pointed my knife at his throat. These rotters believe us to be bandits. You are alive. Go after your brethren. He daggers Eve, who falls down at the back of the platform. Adam, shading his eyes with his hands, alas, she's lost. O fate, who equals you, the crowd? And now to the convent. Danton, guide us. Did you gather all the names of traitors? The crowd clears off the platform. Eve, as a ragged, angry plebeian woman, emerges from the crowd, and with dagger in one hand and with a bleeding head in the other, she runs to Danton. Eve Danton, have a look at this conspirator. He wanted to murder you, but I killed him, Adam. If he'd be better here than me, you have done. Wrong, if not, you have all done correctly. Eve, my act's correct, and I clamor for my share. A night spend with me, magnificent man. Adam, what a sympathy may arise in this maid. How fine the feelings of a tigress are. Eve, in fact, citizen, you seem to join yourself to the blue-blooded aristocrats, or you are delirious to speak so. You are man, and I am young and woman. My high amazement leads me to you, great man. Adam aside. I shudder. I have to avert my eyes. I can't suffer this dreadful delusion. What a magic similitude. Who knew the angel and has seen her after her failing? Only he can feel something like this. All are the same, the feature, shape, and speech. Only a small nothingness is missing that can't be specified fairly well enough, and how different is this entity that I could not possess. Its glory saved her. This is disgusting for the devil's odor. Eve, what do you talk to yourself? Adam, I'm counting, woman, that I have not so much free nights as many traitors are in our fatherland. The crowd up to the convent, designate them only. In the meantime, Robespierre, Saint Just and other members to he convent come with a new group of rebels and stand on an improvised platform. Saint Just, how he could do it, he's their main connive. The crowd is murmuring. Adam, you dare to judge me, Saint Just. You don't know how strong I am. Saint Just, you only were stronger in the crowd. But people's wise got to know you, and just confirms the decree of the convent. Adam, I reject all justice in case of mine except people, and I know it is my friend. The crowd is murmuring again. Saint Just, your friends, the enemy of fatherland. The majestic people will be your justice. I accuse you in presence. Of it, of smuggling with proprieties of government. Of your sympathy to the aristocrats, and of your keen hunger for tyrannousness. Adam, Saint Just, take care. My words will shatter you. Your charge is false. Robespierre, don't leave him to perorate. You know he is smooth-tongued like serpent. Arrest him in the name of our liberty. The crowd silence him. Silence him. Death to his head. They surround and arrest him. Adam, well be it, but I also don't want to hear this sordid charge. We cannot convince with speech each other. You did not defeat me by axe. Robespierre, you only outstrip me, that's all. Don't parade with this victory. I lay down the arms of myself. It's enough. But now I adjure you to follow me in this fatal way within less than 3 months. Be clever, headsman. You kill a giant. He bows his head under the guillotine. 10th scene, the whole scene turns suddenly into that of the 8th scene. Adam, as Kepler again sits at his desk and bows his head on his hands. Lucifer, as famulous to him, stands beside the desk and slaps on the shoulders of Adam. Break of the day. Lucifer beheading is now postponed for this once. Adam, oh, where I am, and where are my dreams? Lucifer, they're gone away, sir, with your giddiness. Adam, in this perfidious age, only the dreams. Bring the great to the age-worn, tired man. A wonderful scene came to sight of my eyes. All are blind who don't perceive the thought of Lord, though it was blemished both by blood and squalor. How gigantic were both its crime and virtue, and how astonishing were both of them, because power was their governing force. Oh, why did I wake up? When looking around, I've to better perceive this aborted age, with its crimes hidden by its smiling visage, and with the false virtues of habitude. Lucifer, I'm familiar with this depression that is always falling after revelry. Eve, coming out the bower, get out. Well, my suspicion has come true. You venture to ask me to kill my husband. Do you think the woman whom you lie is your idol will accomplish this dirty act? The courtier, for heaven's sake. Compose yourself, darling, if we are noticed, a scandal you make. Adam. The two women meant also dream only? It is enough now, one woman in two forms, as my roaring fate has been always changing like surf that is sometimes bright, sometimes dark. Eve. Ah, just scandal is important to you. What crime would interest you when it is hid, you, the night refusing all reprimands? Alas, you mock woman while she hurls down the old tradition of her virgin chastity like a wrong prejudice, and then you take her with disparaging smile and use as the infamous tool of heinous crime of your own. Get out. From now on I don't want to see you. The courtier don't overdo it. We will be mocked when we take so ceremoniously this prosaic affair. We shall communicate further on with provoked smile and flirtation about what happened. No word will be said. Good morning, lady. Exit Eve. Oh, the wretch, the wretch. Now here I am with my crime and with my tears. Exit. Adam, it was only dream and is now finished. But not all is over. Thoughts are stronger than the wrong matter. This can be broken down by brute force. Those will be perpetual. I see my holy thoughts, how they evolve, getting always improved with dignity till we'll spread those slowly all over the world. Lucifer, time's running on, master. Lesson waits for you. Students are gathering in front of the door to get by, watching a word of your wisdom. He rings the bell hanging on the astronomic tower. Adam, don't be sarcastic, don't mock me with knowledge. I have to blush when I am praised for this. Lucifer, do you not teach many excellent boys? Adam, I do not educate, but only train them according to words. They don't understand, and have no intellect to take this or that. The unwise wonders only and believes. These nice words are used to conjure up spirits, but all these are tricks of the trade to conceal underhand maneuvers of delusion. A student comes in hurry and enters the balcony. Student, Master, you were so kind to summon me and promised to content my hunger for knowledge, and will allow me to lose myself in it more than you allow others to do this. Adam, that's true, that's very true. You're so studious that this privilege is the due of you. Student, here I am. It is my most ardent wish to have a sight into the nature's workshop, to perceive all and find much delight in it, to predominate with supremeness feeling in the world of matter and of spirit. Adam, you want too much. Puny being of the world, you want power and delight in knowledge. If its load would not crush you to death in you, unravel though any secret of knowledge, generous man, it will be my profit because I feel I understand nothing. Adam, well, I see that you are worthy of my trust. I guide you into the most secret sanctum. See reality as I have seen it. But be sure there's no eavesdropper around us, 'cause this truth is fatal and highly dreadful, if it in our days would be popularized. The age will come, oh, I wish it would come, when it will be topic of man in the street, when the folk will break off its infancy. Now, your hand on it. You never reveal what you understand. Mind what I say. Student, I'm shaking with fear and curiosity. Adam, what did you tell me some minutes ago? Student, that I essentially nothing understand. Adam, with care, see, so do I, and everybody else. Philosophy's the only poetry of all the things, that we about nothing know. Among the others, this is least dangerous, since it's enjoying peacefully itself in its world by soft fantasies haunted. Nevertheless, there are some other kinds that make drawing and lines in the sandy ground. He terms one of the lines to be the vortex, the ring to be a shrine. You almost laugh at the comedy, when you recognize that it is a matter of the life and death. All who are wise try to avoid these pictures with constricted heart and with true fearing. Traps are here and there, and the daredevil who steps into them will be captured in blood. These futilities cross always our way, to protect the old existing power with consecrated and holy reverence. Student, I understand. Will this be so forever? Adam, people will laugh at it sometimes, Lord and long. The statesman whom we have called magnificent, the orthodox man whom we have gazed at, are considered as clowns by posterity, when are replaced by the true nobility that is free of adornments, is common, that puts the horse a jump where pothole is found, and builds road only where land is open. Some day everybody, though never learned, will understand this tenet that hounds you now to madness with its complicated essence. Student, thus, the language is that of apostles, and that can be easily understood. But if every other things are lumbers, don't kill my faith. Don't dash my hopes in art. To memorize these I need some rules from you. Adam, it is the peak of perfection of the art that it's hidden. It can be marked neither. Student, should I remain at the stubborn facts at all? Idealization gives our work the soul. Adam, that's very true. This gives spirit to it. This assures it to enjoy equal rights with nature and makes a created being, because without this it's only inert matter. Don't be afraid that while making ideals you get over the great living nature, but let the rule and pattern to have a rest. Who possesses power and bears the Lord will perorate, sculpture, or sing a song. When he is blue he'll harrowingly cry, and will smile while dreaming on the sweet delight. And though breaks new way he achieves his aim, abstraction will make new rules from his work that will be perhaps fag, but never the motive power of freak generations. Student, oh, tell me, master, what have I to do? I've addicted myself to knowledge so far, and the result is that I'm equal to fools, and all my labor proved to be vain efforts. Adam, anyhow, you fight and labor, nothing you'll have in your net. The majestic ocean will roar further on and laughs you at. Let the sea roar, and life will know what is good and what is wrong. In its struggle nothing is lost. Rejuvenates always its ghost. Let you hear its charming song. Adam, this is for what I have been yearning. My course of life was so far fully wrong, life's before me. In its entity burning, how beautiful and stirring is its song. Lucifer, that's beautiful choir here, high up in the air. Any hoarse sound, the cry of pain or sigh will merge into melody while get here. The Lord hears only this melody, and this is why he trusts the world well created. But down below it differently sounds where feeling of the heart assists as well. Adam, you incredulous scoff, is this world not more beautiful than those you carried me along? All moldly restrictions have fallen down. All dreadful phantoms have now disappeared, that are the glorified heritage of past, to feel them as distracting curse today. Now for everybody the race ground is free. No pyramids are built by slaves in our times. Lucifer, groan of slaves would not be heard up to the high throne so loudly either in Egypt, and yet how divine is the art of them. Or in Athens did the majestic people act not in proper way and wonderfully when gave up its great and beloved hero, 'cause it believed the homeland was in danger. That's true, when we look at it from above, and tears and other vile notions don't disturb us. Adam, silence, dry up, you perpetual sophist. Lucifer, though these are preserved, as the whale is dead, all that lives, has become uninteresting. Where's the high that attracts, the depth that deters? Where is the adorable gaudiness of life? It's not the magnificent flow of Seymour, but a dirty swamp that is full with frogs. Adam, anything will do, since no great persons live, thanks to the fate. To know what is its feeling, we've to merge into the crowd without fearing. Both of them go down into the tower, and soon they come out from its gate as workers and mingle in the crowd. A puppeteer stands close to its stall, on which there is a monkey, sitting in a red coat, fastened in chains. The puppeteer, this way, good my lords, this way here. The performance opens immediately. This is an attractive, nice comedy. How Serpent has cheated the first woman who was inquisitive at that time too. How her curiosity led in to fix the man. You see quick monkey also, how it plays majestically the man himself you can see bears as nice dancing masters. This way, my good lords, this way here. Russians scramble around the stall. Lucifer. Ah, Adam. We are mentioned and cited here. It is nice to have a role that after nearly 6,000 years we are objects of entertainment of the good cheerful youth. Adam, enough of this joke in bad taste. Let's go. Lucifer, joke in bad taste? Look at these red boys, how they enjoy themselves. And a minute ago they were asleep when I had to learn the Latin. Who will tell you that who is right at all? Those who enter the life with self-regard of power that is beginning to awake, or those who, though with rotten mind, give it up? Or do you like Shakespeare the perfect more than they like this misfashioned hugger-mugger? Adam, deformity, I'll have none of it. Lucifer, that's your heritage from the ancient Greek world. See, me, the son or father, as you like it, it's quite the same in the spiritual world of the new direction, of romanticism. I'm just delighted with deformity, a trait of monkey unto the man's face, dirty revilement after the nice grace, perverted feeling and honest hair shirt, words of modesty after blissful flirt, flattery to perfidity and smallness, curse of a debauchee to delightfulness, all make me forget that my reign is lost cause in a new form I revive as ghost. The puppeteer, striking at Adam's shoulder. Why do you occupy this nice good place, you bad lot? Only who's tiered of life and want to hang up himself will cost-free divert. Adam and Lucifer step aside. A young girl comes selling violets. The young girl. Tiny violets, first nice harbingers of the kind fair spring. Buy it as you like. This small flower gives bread to the orphan and beautiful ornament to the poor. A mother buying violets give me. I pout it in hands of my dead child. A girl also buying. It'll be my dark hair's most beautiful flower, the young girl tiny violets. Buy it, my good lords. Exit. A jeweler. In his stall. It's vexing that this girl contends with us, and we cannot elbow her out of fashion. Only pearls at high price suit. Well, the fair Nex, who has brought it up with disheartening hardihood, had to fight against ghost of abyssal monsters of the merciless sea. 2 civic girls are coming together. First civic girl, how many fabrics, how many nice jewels? Second civic girl. Oh, I wish somebody to buy me fairing. First civic girl. The man of our days would make this only with a lurking thought that aims at some pairing. Second civic girl. Neither that, his taste has been well discracked. By caviar and gay girls it's depraved. First civic girl, 'cause he's highly conceited, he neglects all. Second civic girl, or he's so modest that fears us to call. They pass away. Under a hovel covered by leaves there is a pub with feasting workers around the table. In the background music and dance. Soldiers, citizens, and others are reveling and loitering. Innkeeper among his guests, be cheerful, my lords, yesterday is gone. What happens tomorrow, that's not our pain. Our Lord fathers all birds of the blue sky, and Bible says that all things are in vain. Lucifer. Now, this philosophy appeals to me. Let's sit down on this shady garden seat, and let's view the crowd how gladly and cheap revels it, with weak wine and with false music. First worker at the table. Sir, what can I do for you? Adam, thanks, nothing. The innkeeper, away with you from here, ragamuffins. You think perhaps I have stolen money, or my wife and child were born to be beggar. Adam, standing up, you've the face to tell this? Lucifer, leave the rotter. Adam. Let's go. Why, to look how degenerates the superb man into a reveling dolt. Lucifer. Ah, here you are, what I've hunted for so far. We revel with joy and without constraint. This rumbling noise and wild laugh everywhere. Dragons died out, this knows who may. He knows the esteem of this short moment, though he's fully aware that shortly soon she'll fly to arms of someone else, but he doesn't care. Adam, to a musician. Why you handle so awfully the art, friend? Now tell me, do you like yourself what you play? The musician. Oh no, by no means. But it is endless pain to play up this song, and only to wonder how they revel on it with shouts repeated. This wild sounds haunting also in my dreams. But what to do? I must live and don't know else. Lucifer, still being lost in looking around. Oh, who would imagine such a thorough philosophy the nice youth is dealing with? This maiden knows that in her life this is not the last moment what she is enjoying now. while kissing her eyes are looking for new relations. Ah, my dear and nice kids, to me it is quite a treat to see you. How joyfully you're engaged on my work. Crime and distress be my benediction. Second journeyman singing. After working through the week, who says toast on kiss and wine with pure heart, and with sweet song he makes snooks at devil's crime. Some final accords of sacred music are heard. Eve, a civic girl, comes out from the church, with her mother and with prayer book and with a bouquet in her hands. A cellar. This way, only this way, dear beautiful miss. You can buy cheaper nowhere but here only. Another cellar. Don't trust him, his scales are wrong, and the goods are out of fashion. This way, beautiful miss. Adam, ah, Lucifer, you bind me to this sight, while the incarnated salvation will melt away without my perception of it. Lucifer, this and all that sort of things are common. Adam, she comes from church, how beautiful she is. Lucifer, she's there to be seen, or maybe to see. Adam, your scoff is sarcasm, do not insult her. Devoutness still covers her pretty lips. Lucifer, you're converted, or will be pietist. Adam, that's bad joke, be my heart whatever cold, it's painful to me, but wish the girl's heart to be full with preconception, with this holy poetry, with this music of past, with this intact ornament of the flower. Lucifer, now then show me the part of heaven you want. You dare not expect for the devil to hunt always after your fastidious taste. It is enough when he satisfies your wish. Can it be else as this lady? Lucifer, rainbirds. Also of this view, one finds worm for itself. It looks around jealously and believes it is best catch, has no equal on earth, but pigeons looking at it with disgust. Man finds his bliss, too, only by himself, and maybe this will often happen just where others made their life the hell on earth. Adam, how dignified and how pure she can be, I'm fearing even to make up to her. Lucifer, don't be afraid. You are not beginner, and as I esteem, she is to marry off. Adam, shut up. Lucifer, maybe she's dearer than others. Arthur, you are so kind to me, remember. The mother. They talk in a low voice. Adam looks excitedly at them till the young man goes away. Adam, allow me, my dear ladies, to escort you, to safeguard you in this bustling, hustling crowd. Eve, what an impertinence. The mother, get out, meddler. Maybe you think this girl to be a maid whom anybody may tell pretty things? Adam, your dreams are yours, and you dream as you like it, but graces of this maiden do not bloom to an aggressive rapscallion as you are. Adam stands dazedly. A gypsy woman steps to Eve. Gypsy woman. Ah, marvelous lady, wonder of the world, let me see your tiny, graceful white hand. Let me tell you how millions of grace of fate will brighten and light up your happy life. Looking at her hand, happy betrothal, that is your soon fate, pretty children, health, wealth wait for you, maid. She gets some cash. Lucifer, showing to Adam, my sister. Tell something on my friend's hope. Gypsy woman. To me it's not clear, hunger or the rope. Adam, to Eve, do not turn me away. Don't give refusal, I feel that your heart is created for me. Eve, mother, refuse him to the mother I call policeman if you don't clear out. Eve, no, he'll think better of, and actually he did nothing that's wrong. They pass away. Adam, holy poetry, did you disappear finally from this very prosaic world? Lucifer, not at all. What else were the honey cake, bouquet, and dance, and shady bower? Or what else? Don't be so over-squeamish. To indulge in fancies you've objects enough. Adam, what good will that do when greed for gain and selfishness lurk around them and selfless solemnity has disappeared at all? Lucifer, you find it fairly well all in the schools where life did not intervene in the morals. Here your such fellows are coming this way. Some pupils come and walk. First pupil. Be happy, boys. We're free and left the mould. Now let's enjoy some nice and awful rouse. Second pupil. Let us outdoors this town. Its obtuse order, this profiteering world I hate like poison. Third pupil. Let's try to pick with somebody a quarrel. It is exciting and manly amusement. First pupil. Let's tear away the girls from the hireling's lap, and we shall have our war just immediately. Then let us hurry outdoors with the girls. We can pay for music, for some glasses of beer. Crowned with remembrance of our victory, we'll be princes among the wine-red cheeks. Fourth pupil, it's glorious to vex the good Philistine. First pupil, This will fasten chains of our unity. Now let's enjoy ourselves. All we know how. Some day while burning for the holy homeland, our power asserts itself on nobler lists. They pass away. Adam, it's nice to see them in this world of baseness. I suspect in it the germs of progress. Lucifer, you'll see what this germ will produce at all, working off the mold of the lecture rooms. These two manufacturers coming here were similar in their youth to these boys. Two manufacturers come and talk. First manufacturer, I can't take the contention. After all, everybody tries to buy cheaper things. I've to debase the quality of my goods. Second manufacturer, wages have to be reduced first of all. First manufacturer, that's nonsense. They are turbulent now too. That they can't get along. The dirty dogs, though there's something in their constant complaints, but who suggests them to be forced to wed, and who suggests to beget 6 children. Second manufacturer, one makes them work harder than ever before. They have to work through nights in our factories. The remaining time is enough to rest for those who dare not sleep for useless dreams. Exeunt. Adam, away with them. Why, you have let me see them. But tell me, where is the girl I looked for? That's your turn, Lucifer. Show your power, and help me to be successful. Lucifer, I do not potter my power for such vain nullities. Adam, for you what's nothing, that's for me the world. Lucifer, let you win it.
But take care and curtail.
Your feelings, do not fear to say falsehood. Reply as I ask, and she will be yours. Aloud, so the gypsy woman eavesdropping behind them should hear it. You see, my lord, now, how it is unpleasant to mingle in the crowd in complete disguise. Again, we are insulted hardly. If crowd would suspect that 4 ships of ours will come safe into port as late as today, the welcome would be warmer. Adam, certainly. Gypsy woman, aside. This disclosure is worth a pretty sum. To Adam, I want a word with you. You have disguised yourself. I punished you with the prophecy because no secret is hidden for me who has had a pact with the devil himself. Lucifer aside, what next? You good-for-nothing age-worn beldam. Gypsy woman, your ships come into port as late as today, but for you it is much more fortunate. A beautiful girl hankers after you. Adam, how I'd win her favor. Gypsy woman, she's almost yours. Adam, she refused me. Gypsy woman, for that reason she'll be yours. You see, she will be here like a tiny bird. Remember only the fortune-teller's word. Exit. Adam, Lucifer, this hag will get over you. Lucifer, I don't deny her marvelous merit. She's superseded the devil's credit. A charlatan comes on a barrow surrounded by the crowd, with trumpet call, and stands in the center. The charlatan keep out of my way. All honor to me. My head has turned gray due to the science while I researched for hidden resources. Of the nature with untiring diligence. Adam, who's this extravagant fool, Lucifer? Lucifer, the science that's charlatan to get along. Like that time when you made your researches, but more ado is needed now than that time. Adam, I've never made it so insolently. It's a scandal. Lucifer, but thus is not his fault. To fear is his own. It comes natural to him to avoid this type of epitaph. Ex gratia speciali mortuus in hospitali. Having devoted to others much time, his reward he wants, for which he does pine. The charlatan. I spared no troubles in mankind's behalf. Here you see the wonderful results. Elixir of life is in this small pot that rejuvenates 6 and adults. The great pharaohs took this medicine, that is Tancred's drink of ecstasy. Helene used this nice beautifier, and this is Kepler's astrology. Adam, do you hear what he sells? Whilst we searched for light in the future, he sought for it in the past. Lucifer present is never worthy of respect, like human grandness in domestic bedrooms. This is our wife. After 10 years of marriage, even we know how many sunspots she has. The charlatan take it, will never regret it who takes. It was, and will be never. This is the case. From the crowd. You see, this crowd has lost completely its faith, but snaps up all things that seem to be magic. Eve comes back with her mother. The gypsy woman follows them, speaking below her breath. Your words are to no purpose. We know you well. Gypsy woman, be my soul not saved if this is not true. This gentleman fell so in love with you that you'll be his mistress even today. His rooms are bright like those of a princess. He goes to pass time by 4-in-hand coach. The mother, gypsy woman, Look, look, there he stands. How he looks around. Eve. That's unkind of him not to notice me. His hands are delicate, his port's noble. The mother. Either his friend has nothing against my taste, though he's hawk-nosed and slightly bandy-legged, but is a honest oldish gentleman. I go away, my dear. Best intercession is to leave you both mainly to yourselves. Gypsy woman to Adam. Well, here's your rose, see how she pines for you. Adam, I run to her. Oh, this is delightful. Gypsy woman, do not forget the intercessor at all. Lucifer, giving her cash. Here, your cash from my friend, and handshake from me. Gypsy woman crying out, ugh, your hand is strong. Exit, Lucifer. You'd feel its delight if you'd be whom you play, you age-worn hag. Eve to Adam. You may buy faring to me if you want. These aids to beauty will certainly do. Adam, the charm of femininity of your cheek is unrivaled makeup of your own. Meanwhile the charlatan passes away. Eve, ah, you are so kind. Adam, don't put me to the blush. Bejewel your neck with diamonds and pearls, not to decorate you, but these can't glitter elsewhere that would be more worthy than yourself. Eve, farther on I saw jewelers and goldsmiths, but these do not go with such prosaic girl. Adam, let us visit them. Lucifer, it is unneeded. Some decorative jewels I have by chance. He gives jewels to Eve, who eyes and fits on them with joy. Eve, these are very nice, I'd be envied for them. Adam, but this heart I want, see, not any more. Eve, if it's against you, I fling it away. She throws off the heart. Lucifer, that's right, and I will tread down it. He stamps on the heart. Eve, what's that? I hear a cry or am hallucinated. Meanwhile, the condemned is transported through the scene by a barrow, followed by the crowd. From the crowd. Let's be quick. There now. I said no guts he had, he is still rugged. Let's see him to behead. Adam. What is that buzz? What is that outrageous press? Eve, a man will be hanged. It's good that we're here. Let's go, 'cause this sight is highly exciting, and a good chance to swagger with my jewels. Adam, what's the crime of the rotter? Eve, I don't know. Lucifer. No matter, but I tell you the story. He worked for long in the plant of Lovell, but tin is poison, and he much inhaled it. For several weeks got the hospital. His nice wife has been short of certain things. The son to Lovell was young, generous. They each other found and forgot everything. First worker. Be happy, old chap. You bleed as martyr. We shall preserve and not forget your name. Lucifer. The husband was up, did not find his wife. His workplace was filled. Pined for work in vain. His heart rebelled. Ventured to threaten. The son to Lovell slapped him at the face. The fool rotter took up suddenly a knife he's carried here. The old Lovell lost his mind. During that last words, Lovell comes with crazy dignity. Lovell, you lie. You lie. I did not lose my mind. Do I not perceive what tells my son's wound? Take off, rake off my abundant riches, and help not to grasp it. Rather mad. Third worker, do not fear. Your death will be surely repaid. First worker. Ghastly illusion, why do you haunt me? Who tells me whether who is more guilty? The society. Take off my riches. But let me not grasp more the words of that wound. Exit, Eve. Let's go in hurry, 'cause we miss our place. Lucifer. Under these precepts no action would finish. Nobody does the wrong because it is wrong. Also the devil cites only titles, and all believe that their own one is the best. The authority on law only cuts the tangly knot, the threads of which 1,000 philanthropists could not unbind at all. Meanwhile they get the tower, in a niche of which there stands an image of a saint. Eve. Stop, my friend, only for a moment, stop. Let me stick to this picture, my bouquet. Lucifer whispering, don't allow her to do, else we shall be lost. Adam, she is innocent. I don't prevent her. Eve, since my childhood, I've been in the habit of remembering this sacred image when walking here. Now it's pleasant to me. I'll be ready soon, and we will remedy quickly that else we lose. She sticks the bouquet to the picture, but the flowers suddenly die down. The jewels on her neck and arms turn to lizards and run down. My God, what's that? Lucifer, I strongly advise not to allow her. Eve, help! Adam, have no fear, darling. People look at you. I promise I buy more beautiful jewels. Eve, get out. Get out. Lord have mercy on me. Base swindlers and a disgusting harridan brought dishonor on me, a honest woman. People begin to form a group. The gypsy woman comes with policemen. Gypsy woman. They must be here. They gave me false coins, fused to mercury in my hands. Lucifer may be false bound to your hand, not to the coins. Adam, let's go. It's not good to pass time here. They enter the tower, and while grouping and confusion increase below, they appear again at the bastion's top. Adam, again I am disappointed. I thought it is enough to pull down ghost of past and to guarantee the free competition. I pulled out a screw from the great machine, the reverence that held together it, and failed to replace it by a stronger one. What a fight is this, when one has the sword against opponents who are free of weapons? What independence is when hundreds starve if only are not yoked by the mighty? That is fight of dogs wrangling for the bones. Instead of this, I want a society that guards, fires, and does not punish and scare, that cooperates with common power and dreamt for itself by the science so far, order of which is controlled by reason. This will come, I know and I feel it comes. Guide me, Lucifer, into this wanted world. Lucifer, the puppeteer. The comedy as a whole I played. I did not pass time but entertained. The innkeeper all drained their glass to the last drop. Good night, my guests. Good night, my mob. The young girl. All my violets were sold, you saw. New ones will again on my tomb grow. Gypsy woman future was that all wanted to see, now they do not want know all to be. Lovell. Treasures did not give me happiness. Now free of charge I find quietness. Worker, the week's over. Now comes its last night. I shall take a rest after my fight. Pupil, I was roused, though I had a nice dream. Let you come, the only hope you mean. Soldier. We fooled each other that we are so wise. When seeing the truth we will show surprise. Eve. Like sunbeam warms the face at start of the day. Do you know her, Adam? Adam, ah, that's Eve. That's Eve. 12th scene. Court of a U-shaped grandiose phalanstery. The ground floor of the two flanks forms an open columnar hall. In the right hall, workers are in action among moving wheeled steam engines. In the left hall, in the museum exhibiting different objects of natural sciences, mechanical tools, astronomic and chemical instruments, and other specialities, a scientist is working. All belonging to the phalanstery are uniformly dressed. Adam and Lucifer emerge from the ground in the court center. Daytime. What's that country and nation where we are? Lucifer. These old ideas are out of fashion. Was not petty the notion of the homeland? It was produced once by the prejudice, was screened by stinginess and rivalry. For all is now the whole world. The homeland, all men are partners to each the common goal. Above attractive and silent order there stands as safeguard the science itself. Adam. Ah, the ideal of my heart is fulfilled. That's very good. I have got what I wanted. I only deplore the notion of homeland. I think it would exist under this new. Don't think by any means. But I'm peeping. What is the thought that unifies the great world, that commands the whole enthusiasm of man, this holy and eternal fire of him, that was excited only by lowness, harnessing it to have purposeless fights, finally to this wonderful, nobler aim? But tell me, where we are, what is this place? Then guide me. Let my heart take delight in the happiness that is well deserved by the uninterrupted fights of the struggling man. Lucifer, like all the others, it's a phalanstery, residence of man of the new ideas. Adam, well, let us go. Lucifer, stop. Do not be in hurry. First we have to cast our ancestral skin. When we arrive as Adam Lucifer, this learned world would not believe in us. We'd be destructed or closed in a retort. Adam, what imprudent things you tell me again. Lucifer, well, this is the case in the world of spirits. Adam, do what you want, but as fast as you can. Lucifer transforms both of them into creations similar to those in the phalanstery. Lucifer, now take these slops away with your ringlets. Well, in my grand work I don't have time to chatter. Lucifer, scientist, that's good. I was not disappointed. The utmost vanity scum persisted even in you, who both man and nature experienced. Scientist, well, now we can have a talk. But what's your specific profession at all? Adam, our will for knowledge wants more than one line. We try to sum up everything as a whole. Scientist, that is wrong view. Great is concealed in the small. So much are branches and our life so short. Adam, that's true. I know. There must be someone who always the sand trails or the carving makes. Without them my space will not develop. But they're rambling only in mysteries, and do know nothing about what they help. Architect does see only the entity, and though he cannot cut the stone correctly, creates the masterpiece like a god himself. This architect is grand in science too, Lucifer. This is why we came to visit you, great man. Scientist, it is well done. I appreciate your turn. Abundant lines of the science itself are different traits of one system only. They're charming together. Lucifer like a lady. Scientist. This was said on mathematics long ago by a mathematician. Scientist. Yes, every man regards himself to be central figure of his own narrow purview. Lucifer. But let's visit our museum now that is unrivaled in our recent era. Extincted beasts of the primitive world stand here well stuffed as original individuals. Millions of them lived in our fathers' times when they were barbaric and gave them share in the power on the world. A lot of strange tales tell stories on them, see. It's said to be used as locomotive. Adam, that is horse. Well, I never, but a freak. Once Alborak was finer than this is. Scientist. This animal is now said that man kept it as his friend, free of charge and without labor, and it was able when watching faithfully to comprehend the thoughts of its master. And what is more, it said, it contracted his own crime, the concept of the property, and as guard it laid down its life for him. I tell you all these as it is written, not as I'd believe these things by all means. In our past you find much dreamy and mad things we herited only as tales like these. Adam, that is dog. All's correct you said about it. Lucifer. Take care, Adam, you will reveal yourself. Scientist. And now, this was the slave of boors themselves. Like boors were always oxen of the riches. Scientist. This is the king of the steppe. Adam. And here are tiger and the slippy deer. Tell me what kinds of beasts are still living here. Scientist. What a question. Is it at you not the same? Lives what useful is, and which could not be substituted so far by science itself, pig and sheep, but by no means in the very imperfect and bad form, as created by ancient nature in a bungling manner. That is living fat. This is meat and wool, serving like retorts only our purposes. But, as I see you all these old things know, let's go further. Here are our minerals. Look at this very great fragment of coal. Mountains consisted once of this black matter. At man's disposal was this substance that is now filtered from air by science with arduous work. This ore was once called iron, and till it had been mineable no research was made for aluminium. This small piece is gold, and it is very famous and very useless thing of naught. At that time when the man in his sightless faith adored the being superior to him, that had the upper hand of his own fate, he did believe gold to be such a thing. On his altars he offer, to welfare, law, and all holy things, in order to be the owner of one magical piece of it, for which he could buy all what he wanted it, is marvelous fact. Even bread, too. Adam, show me something else. These are known for me. Scientist, really, you great scholar, newcomer. Let us see then the paleoflora. This is the last rose that bloomed in the world, useless flower, that together with its some 100,000 allied useless flowers took the most fertile field of corn in the ear, its handsome plaything of adult children. This phenomenon's in fact peculiar, how there was a run on this type of toys. Even the spirit brought in flowers, too, daydreams of the faith and of poetry, and indulging in arms of deceptive dreams, it threw away its best capacities. So its aims in life were left unfulfilled. Here you are, we have preserved two of these rarities. One of them is a poem once when the person wanted to succeed by nefarious overconfidence. The author was called Homer. He described a fanciful world, the main of which was Hades. We proved wrong each line of it long ago. The other's Agricola by Tacitus. These are ridiculous but sad pictures of concepts from the ancient barbaric world. Adam, How then? Some fragments of the great old days did persist like a testament at all, and these cannot the degenerated late descendants so excite to act strongly and to destroy your false and factitious world? Scientist. That is correct, we comprehended this. The poison in it is very dangerous. This is why no one is allowed to read them, except those who are above 60 years and bound themselves to science forever. Adam. But the enchanting songs of nursemaid, do not these implant expectations into the weak heart? Scientists certainly. These do. This is why nursemaids tell our children solely about the higher equations and geometry. Adam aside, assassins, you do not fear to deprive the heart of its whole and most beautiful age. Scientists, let's continue. Here are these instruments and objects of art of fantastic figure. This is a gun with enigmatic device. Ultima ratio regum. How it was used? Who knows that? Here you are, a sword, a tool solely to kill the man himself, and was unguilty who murdered with it. This picture was drawn completely by freehand. Maybe this needed at least half a lifetime, and its object is only a queer tale. Now son commits this hard work instead of us, and while that falsely idealized is, this serves our aims with profound fidelity. Adam aside. But art and the intellect both are missing scientists. This diverse objects, how fancy and how infantine they are. Flower on the cup, a dreamy arabesque on chairback are. Squandered works of art made by the man's hand. Are more refreshing the water from this cup? More comfortable to sit on that chair? Now, our machines do all these instead of us, in most practical and in the simplest form. And perfection has been guaranteed by the fact that workers who are making screws will make that only till their last workday. Adam, this is why no life and no character exist now that would go beyond its master. Where do power and thought gain even ground to verify their heavenly origin? If man wants to fight, and will look around in this regular and superior world, neither the delight to feeling hazard nor ferocious beast he'll find everywhere. I'm disappointed at science, too. I find only a dull infantine school instead of gladness I so eagerly wished. Scientist fraternity, do you miss here at all? Or is the man short of the wherewithal? Really, such false thoughts would rather deserve the punishment. Adam, tell me now, what is the thought that gives unity to society, that's able to fire as a common ground? Scientist, in our case, this thought is the sustenance. When man entered the scene of this world, it was a larder full with all worldly goods. He had to stretch out his hand only to reach everything what he needed at all. This is why he wasted without forethought like worm in cheese. That's why in his sweet delight he had too much time to search for stimuli and poetry and false hypotheses. We, however, now should be close-fisted at the last morsel, since we have recognized we are out of cheese and will starve to death. After 4,000 years the sun gets cool. No plants will be born in the frozen land. We have only these just 4,000 years to discover how the sun can be replaced. This time enough is, it is my belief, water, this highly oxidized matter, seems to be the best fuel of future. The secrets of organism itself are very, very close to revelation too. It's good that Artaud governed us this way. I all but forgot of my own retort, since I am working also in this field. Lucifer. Man gets strongly old when turning to the retort if he wants to produce the life. But if your work be successful at all, it will be monster like the wordless thought, like feeling of love without its object, being that will by nature be denied, that does not possess contrasts or relatives when person himself does not curtail it. From where will it take its own character when isolated from outworld and sorrow, coming into world in a narrow retort? Scientist. Look how it's boiling, look hot it's flashing. Ephemeral forms are moving here and there, in this pleasantly warm and closed retort, where both affinity and counter-effect are concordant, and matter will be forced to defer itself to my compelling will. Lucifer. I admire your work. My only question is, could you perform that those who are akin don't attract each other, and by contrast be not repelled? Scientist. Ah, that's foolish talk. That's perpetual law of every matter. Lucifer, I see, but tell me what's the ground of this? Scientist, what is the ground? That's law because it's so. This is shown by the pure experience. Lucifer, thus, you are only the fireman of nature, as for the rest it is done by itself. Scientist. But I determine its limits by this glass, and force it to come out of the mystery. Lucifer. I do not see the sign of life as yet. Scientist, this cannot happen. Me, who thoroughly searched all the mysteries of the organism. Me, who 100 times analyzed the life. Adam, you've got only corpse always as result. Science follows the existing and young experience with staggering footsteps, and like a well-paid false poet of the king, who's ready to make comments on great acts but has no license to tell prophecies. Scientist, why do you deride? Do you not see that one spark is needed and it comes to life? Adam, but from where you take this spark at all? Scientist, I have to do one step only, not more. Adam, but who did not make this one step forward? Nothing did and does know nothing at all. The long walk was done only round and round. Only this last one would lead to the result. Will be someone who will ever make this. Meanwhile, the fume floating above the retort grows denser and becomes to thunder. The voice of the earth's spirit from the fume, no, will never be. For me, this retort's very narrow and very wide. Do you know me, Adam, don't you? They do not guess at me. Adam, did you hear this word of spirit? Look out, you proud and forceless being. How could you defeat who is floating there? Scientist, that's fit of raving madness, I fear for you. The retort cracks, the spirit disappears. Retort is cracked. I can the great work commence again. When gold does make signs a tiny lump, the absurd blind event blocks me. Lucifer once it was called as the blind fate, and to break down under its power was less humiliating than to defer to. The absurd and blind event. A bell sounds. What does it mean? Scientist. Men come in long lines, and other lines women, some of them among others Eve with children. In the court they form a circle, a greybeard steps in front of them. Adam, Lucifer, and the scientists stand in the foreground next to the museum. The greybeard. Number 30. Luther, coming out of the line, that's me. The greybeard, you heat it again, the furnace beyond the desired measure. It seems so indeed that it is your passion to endanger the entire phalanstery. Luther. Without reason, 'cause I don't make complaints? Faint is who looks for the help of others while his arms are strong. Or was my rival weaker, 'cause he did not defend himself? The greybeard, none of your sauce. Neither the shape of your skull excuses this tendency to warn, 'cause it's generous, and without mistake. But your blood is in an uproar and wild. You will be cured till you will become docile. If you'd recognize me, your brother in arms at Philippi, whether this wrong order in the theory could make mistake that such a generous heart stunts it only and doesn't discern its merit. The greybeard, number 400. Platon, coming out of the line, I hear. The greybeard, you have lost yourself again in your dreams. False illusions, and the oxen left you were damaged. To be awake, you have to kneel on peas now. Platon standing back, I have beautiful dreams, even on the peas. Adam, what a poor part you have, Platon, in the society you so eagerly wished. The greybeard, the number 72. Michelangelo, coming out of the line. That's me. The greybeard. You left your workroom in great disarray. Michelangelo, because I had to fabricate the chair legs to the quality as poor as it can be. I appealed for long, let me modificate, let me engrave some ornaments on it. They did not permit. I wanted as a chance the chair back to change, but all was in vain. I was very close to be a madman, and I left the pains in my workroom too. Stands back, the greybeard. You get house arrest for this disorder, and will not enjoy this nice and warm day. Adam. Michelangelo, the torments of hells may be for your heart forbidden to create. How many friends here, how many spirits, how many good friends of primitive force. He fought with me, and others died as martyrs. Other found the globe too narrow again. How state made them to be so petty-minded and uniform. Come, Lucifer, let's go. My soul's infirm to watch this dreadful scene. The greybeard. Now, 2 children have completed the time until maternal care has been needed. They are awaited in common boarding school. Come on, come on. Even another woman come out of the line with their children. Adam, what a glorious figure. Well, this reserved world possesses something of poetry. Lucifer now, Adam, don't we go? Adam, on the contrary, we shall have some rest here.
The graybeard scientist.
Let you the phrenologic state of these two children observe. The scientist investigates the children. Eve, my God. Adam, this voice. Lucifer. This is the very old song of all lovers. Each of them believes he had discovered the passion, and that prior to him no man could make the love. This is the story since millennia without break at all. Scientist. Well, this child has to be a medical man. That will be herdsman. The graybeard, bring them now away. They want to separate the children. Eve resists. Eve, don't touch him. This child is the child of mine who would be so rude to wrench him from my heart. The graybeard, do now what I said. Do not hesitate. Eve, my only child. Ah, I fed you but with the blood of my heart. Where is the power that's able to break this holy relation? Should I give you up as lost forevermore, to vanish in the crowd, and my eyes have to look for you with maternal care in vain among hundreds of uniformed strangers? Adam, my friends, if there was something holy to you, do not separate him from his mother. Eve, is it not so? You blessed but unknown man, the graybeard foreigner, you do a venturesome game. When we allow to come to life again the prejudice of family, then all feats of the holy science would be undone. Eve, what do I care for the rigid science? Be it defeated when nature breaks force. The graybeard, are you ready? Adam, don't dare to touch him. There is a sword. I'll teach you a lesson of its true handling. Lucifer, vision, stop to move. He takes his hand on Adam's shoulder, who remains still. The fatal power of my hands you must feel. Eve, my child. She falls down, her child is led away. The graybeard, these two women have not their pairs. Come forward, who wants these women as his pair? Adam, I need this woman. The graybeard, scientist, what you say? Scientist, fanatic man and neuropathic woman beget a freak. This is not the correct pair. Adam, I do not give up when she also wants it. Eve, I am always yours, you generous man. Adam, I love you, lady, with all fire of my heart. Eve, I also love you for good in all I feel. Scientist, this is madness. It's a strange case, really, to see the ghost of past as it's appearing in our enlightened days. How this may be. Adam, that is late glimmer of the paradise. The graybeard, it's a pity. Adam, don't feel sorry for us. This madness is ours. We don't envy you for your pure reason. All what in this world was great and generous was the same madness, being always free of the cool thinking. That is spirit's talk that sounds to us from the superior world like a nice poem. It is the witness that we are kindred to it, and disdain the dust of this ground, and are looking for the way to superb worlds. He holds Eve in his arms, the graybeard. Why listen to them? Rush them to hospital. Lucifer. You need rapid aid, Adam. Let us go. They go down. The space. A section of our earth is seen in the farness that turns smaller and smaller till it will be similar to stars and mingles with the others. The scene starts with semi-darkness that turns slowly into total darkness. Adam as old man and Lucifer are flying. Adam, where our raging flight will lead us, tell me. Lucifer, did not you want of dirty ground to be free, did you? To get the superb world from where you have heard the sound of similar spirits, if I caught you well. Adam, that's true, but I did not fancy my way to them to be so bleak. This space is so bare, so unfamiliar as sacrilegious would be haunting in it. And in my heart two feelings are fighting. I feel how sordid the ground, and that it restricts my superb soul. I want to leave it. I wish it back. I'm gone away. That cause pain. Ah, Lucifer, just look back upon our earth. At first nice flowers have passed out of our sight. Then leaves of the forests have disappeared. The well-known landscape with its marvelous scenes degraded into characterless plain. All that was charming has become indistinct. Now cliffs have been changed into shrunken bad lumps. Clouds with thunderbolt meaning to peasants from above the holy voice and startling them. Degenerate to pity and woeful haze. The great infinity of roaring sea. Where has it got to? It's only a grey spot on the sphere that is revolving and will mingle with thousands of stars. That was our world. And Lucifer, what is with her? Is it my fate to leave also her? Lucifer, well, from our sublime aspect first the charm will disappear. This is followed by greatness and power. And as a final result we shall have only the cold mathematics. Adam, The stars are left behind us, and I don't see my aim and do feel no difficulties. What good will the life do without love and struggle? It gives me the creeps, Lucifer. Lucifer, if your valiance did take only so long, then let us turn back to play in the dust. Adam, who says, let's go ahead, let's go ahead. It is painful only till all the links will totally break that bind me to the earth. Alas, what is that? My breath dies in me, my strength fails me, and my mind is confused. Antaeus would be more than only tale who lived till was in contact with the ground of the earth, the voice of the earth's spirit. Yes, this is much more than tale only. You know me well, the spirit of the earth. That's only me who in you lives, you know. The barrier's here, my power stops here. Come back and you'll live. Go on and you'll die, like primitive worm that gambles in its small droplet. To you this droplet is the earth. Adam, defy you. It is useless to frighten me. Maybe my body is yours, my soul's mine. Both thought and truth have been never-ending. They lived prior to your material world. The voice of the earth's spirit, vain man. Try it and you'll come beastly down, whether a prior odor to the rose, or the shaped body or sunbeam to the sun. Ah, if you saw your abandoned soul when revolving in the infinite space, when looking for mind and its expression in vain in world that is unfamiliar, feeling nothing and understanding none, you would be horrified. 'Cause all concepts and all sentiments in your own are only the emanation of this group of matter that you call earth, that if it were something else, it would not exist more together with you. You took off beauty and the bad bliss and the hell to you from my own spirit only that gives the order to your tiny home. Ah, what is here an eternal and great truth that's only nonsense in another world? And absurdness can be there natural. Weight does not exist, being does not move, what here is air. Maybe there is the thought, what here is light. Maybe there is the sound, what here is growing. Maybe there is dead. Adam, you won't deter me. My soul does strive upwards. The voice of the earth's spirit. Adam, Adam, your ultimate hour comes. Return to earth, you may be mighty there. But when you wrench yourself from the ring of the universe, Lord will not tolerate you when you approach him and blast you immediately. Adam, anyhow, will death not blast me at all? The voice of the earth's spirit, do not say this empty word of perpetual lie here in spirit's world. The nature would be horrified at it. The holy secret is it what Lord has kept for himself. The apple of knowledge could crack it neither. Adam, I'll be who cracks it. They fly on. Adam cries and grows stiff. I am lost. Lucifer laughing now. The old lie is triumphant. As he drives off Adam, this puppet godship may revolve now in the space as a novel planet. And I do hope to find some kind of life that will meet my taste. The voice of the earth spirit, don't be malicious, Lucifer, don't be. He only touched the unfamiliar world. It's not so easy to leave my own realm. Homeward voice calls you, come my son to yourself. Adam coming to his senses, I am alive again, 'cause I suffer. But this sorrow is very nice to me. It's so dreadful to be annihilated. Ah, Lucifer. Bring back me to my homeland, where I fought so much though in vain. Let me again fight and I'll be happy. Lucifer, and in spite of these unsuccessful fights, you think your new strife will be successful. You win your goal. You hope. In fact, this faithful childish humor is only the own of man.
Adam, this false fancy does not tempt by all means.
I know. The aim I shall 100 times not reach. That is nothing.
Really, what's the aim? Aim is always the break of heroic fight. Death is the aim and life is the struggle. And man's aim has been this struggle itself.
Lucifer. That's true, but is the same. How infamous was my thought at that time. It animated me, it raised me, so it was great. Holy thought, it's all one. Cross or science, liberty or ambitiousness were fermentative agents. These have forwarded mankind as a whole. Ah, let's go back to the earth to have new fights. Lucifer, did you forget the word of scientist who calculated, after 4,000 years your world will freeze and struggle will be cease? Adam, if our wise science would not outdare it, but it defies it, I feel and I know. Lucifer, what then? Is any fight, greatness, Force there in the man-made world that is organized by reason from its grounded theories, what you could observe a short while ago. Adam, let it just save the earth. It will also be over as all things that have performed their mission, and then the great thought will again raise breathing courage into its dead spirit. Guide me just back, wish eagerly to know what's the new tenet for which I will burn on the rescued earth. Lucifer. Let's go back again. 14th scene. Mountainous, treeless landscape covered with snow and ice. The sun, like a red and beamless sphere, stands among mist streaks. Filter light. In the foreground there is an igloo among some degenerated birch, juniper, and runner bushes. Adam, as a very old broken greybeard, comes down from the hills with a stick, with Lucifer. Adam. Why do we wandering this endless snow world where death looks at us with dull and blind eye-holes? Rousing up when hears our heavy footfalls, where all plants are tiered always to struggle land. Among lichens the dwarfy bush exists, and moon like lantern of death looks with red. Face from behind mist streaks into the cold grave. Guide me where palm trees are growing green and bloom, to the land of sunshine and of nice fragrance, where both soul and the power of man have grown completely to his consciousness of his own. Lucifer, we're on the spot. This blood-red ball's your sun. Beneath our feet there is the globe's equator. Over its fate science did not triumph. Adam. That's awful world. It's good only to die. I don't regret what I shall abandon. Oh, Lucifer. Me, who at one time witnessed the birth of man, who really has seen the great prospects that did appear vaguely in it, who fought all fights always in first line only, who meditates now on this gigantic tomb covered by the black hangings of nature, as first and latest man living on the world, I am eager to know how my race failed, whether superbly, in generous fights, or miserably, being disjointed, without greatness and unworthy of my tears. Lucifer. Ah, when you are so proud of your great spirit as you are fond of denominating the power that flows your circulation and drives young hearts to magnificent thoughts, don't want to stay as witness at your own funeral bed or catafalque. Now this hour is miraculous examination of the accounting made without the master. Delirious fever will scare off all the brighting pictures of delight in life, and now then, who knows what of them was true? The pity-minded wail of final fight is great scoffing to struggle of our life. Adam. Why I did not die high above in the space when I felt the force of my power and heart. Rather this would be than to hear my own epitaph declaimed by cold apathy of a spirit who does not go shares in my toilsome fights, and in my death to come. Lucifer. I recognize your race again in your tears that accompany your awakening from pampered illusion to pure consciousness. But set your heart at rest, 'cause your race lives. Look, there is also a home of a man, and its owner just steps out of its door. An Eskimo steps out of the igloo supplied with tools for seal hunting. Adam, this freakish figure distorted man the usurping heir of my greatness would be? Why you let me see him, Lucifer? Indeed, solace is much worse than was my sorrow. The Eskimo. How then, the gods still exist above us? They have appeared here, just in front of me. But who knows, however, they are good or ill. I fly from them. This is least dangerous. He wants to retreat. Lucifer stopped for a moment. The Eskimo throwing himself down, have mercy, my lord. To you the first seal I offer I hunt. Only listen to me and spare my poor life. Lucifer now. What is your right to the seal you will hunt, that you redeem your life at all with its life? The Eskimo, so I'm match for it, 'cause I see everywhere how lively fish is eating tiny worm, how seal is eating fish, and I the seal. Lucifer, and you serve as food to the Great Spirit. The Eskimo I know, but I buy off with this bloody sacrifice the very short time he mercifully allowed me to live in. Adam, what a coward view. Lucifer, did you do something else? Between you it's the only difference that he offered seals and you offered man to the godness whom you have created after your own face like this after his own. The Eskimo, you're angry with me. I feel its reason, because in my need I had the face to pray to the generous kind God of our sun, who never asks but gives, who as to our old legend was our Lord here. Ah, be forgiving, and I curse it forever. Adam, great my lord, look down and be blushed. How miserable's whom you created to be superb the man. The Eskimo, your friend, is angry. Maybe he's hungry too? Lucifer, nay, he is angry, 'cause he is not hungry. Adam, why you fabricate ale-washed wits again? Lucifer, that is truth, not wit. Your argumentation's that of fullness, why that of your mate is philosophy of the rumbling stomach. You don't gain over each other with cause, but will agree at once when you are starved, or he will be a feeling of fullness. Yes, whatever the things be you imagine, always it's the best that governs yourself. And only having pacified this instinct, has the man time for disdaining proudly the feature of him that's his main essence. Adam, this speech is worthy of you, Lucifer, who all holy things draws down to the ground with malicious joy. Are now all great thoughts and generous acts the fumes of our kitchen, or the crazy son of a condition that from first to last is bound and moved by some rules of the poor and valueless matter? Lucifer, otherwise can it be? Or do you think Leonidas would die in the narrow pass, and he would consume his diluted mixture in a republic that is short-handed in pecuniary means, instead of drinking in a Lucullan cottage all delights of the fabled East? Or Brutus would die instead of running home to his Portia and recovering from the excitement of the fight after a substantial dinner? How does crime flourish, and how the nobleness? Did not misery produce the former, and both sunshine and liberty did this, handing down in all subsequent descendants itself both in shape and in the spirit? How many have said to get square with themselves and hanged themselves to the first tree they found, but when were unchained by unbidden hands, sudden rebirth made them to forget the strongly decided showdown with their own. If Hunyad the Great would not have borne in his nation, if the shade of a Saracen tent would have floated above his small crib, what would have been the first hero of the cross? Or if Luther would have been Holy Father and Leo would have been Reader in a German university, who knows whether they would not have changed their duties in the church? See Napoleon, what he would have been if a nation's blood would not have helped his path. He would have molded in a putrid barrack. Adam clapping his hand over Lucifer's mouth, not any more. All you expounded seemed to be so plain, to be so real, but all the more hurtful. Superstition will blind stupid fellow only, who does not perceive spirit that acts and works among us. See the good, however, would perceive his brother, if your cold tenet would not kill him with facts. Lucifer, so talk with your mate. It will not harm you to have some lessons of self-recognition. Adam, are you many here living from hand to mouth? The Eskimo, many, yes, more than I may count on my fingers' ends. Well, all my neighbors I've beaten to death, but all was in vain. New ones are always coming, and we are so short of the seals. If you are God, please, I pray you, get through that there be less man and more seals. Adam. Meanwhile, Lucifer dragged Adam to the igloo and now kicks in the door. Inside, Eve is seen, as wife to the Eskimo. Adam, standing on the threshold, is flabbergasted. Lucifer, do you not find in her an old acquaintance? Embrace now her, cause this honest good man will be mortally offended if you do not honor her with this old gesture. Adam, the Eskimo entering the igloo. My wife, guests we are having. Receive the guests with cordiality. Eve flings her arms around Adam's neck and draws him into the igloo. Eve, help Lucifer. Let's go away from here. From my future guide me into the recent. I want see no more my furious fate, the useless fight. Let me think over whether want to defy the destiny of my lord. Lucifer, well then, wake Adam. Your dream is ended. 15th scene. Why do you whimper? Only cravenness takes up disaster and don't want to fight until it power has to walk round it. Strong, however, looks at perpetual signs of destiny with tranquility, and so does not murmur at them, but looks only for the chances how to keep his own end up. Above history is floating this fate, you only are a puppet governed by it. Adam, no, that is false, you lie. The will is free. I fairly deserved to me to possess it, renounced for it the paradise itself, and I drew a lesson from the visions I dreamt. I lost my faith in most of them, and now it's my decision how I want to go on. Lucifer, if forgetting and the eternal hope would not be both allies of destiny. So while the former heals the wound in time, this strains a safety net above the depth and encourages you. 100 bolds fell in. You will be only who will spring it over. But as scientist, you to see among other oddities such a stomach worm that can live only in falcon or in cat, but the first part of its evolution it survives only in the tiny mouse. Neither this nor that mouse is predestinate to meet the claws of falcons or of cats. Being careful, it can carry these off, and it will die only in senile weakness. It is, however, the law of nature to warrant so much mice to their enemies that is enough. So after 1,000 years, even the weaklings could exist in the world. Neither the man is tied down in his person, but human race well carries its limits. Ardor like a stream overruns the man now. For an object, and then for other, stakes will always have the victims of their flames, and will survive those who will be derisive. Who will register the number of lists will be dumbfounded on the steadiness of fate that deals out in right proportions matrimony, death, crime and virtue, faith and distraction, and the self-murder. Adam, hold on. I have a thought that flasheth through my mind. I can defy you, even you, my lord. Though 100 times fate set date of my life, I laugh at it, and if suits me I won't live. Or am I not all by myself in the world? There is the cliff for me, and depths below. A jump is the last moment of an act. The comedy, I'll say, is come to an end. Adam moves towards the cliff. Eve steps out of the door. Lucifer, the end, the end. Ah, what a foolish talk. Are all minutes not end and start at once? Tell me, why did you cease 1,000,000 years? Eve, Adam, why did you sneak so lightly off me? I feel your last kiss was so very cold, and I see now care or rage in your face. I am afraid of you. Adam, continuing his way, why you're after me. Why do you keep watch on my steps at all? For me, for the man, for master of the world, I've else to do but to kindly toy with you. Woman does not grasp it, she is drag only. Being softened. Why did you not sleep only for a long now? Sacrifice I have to make for the future of my own will be heavier. Eve, if you hear me, it'll be perhaps lighter, 'cause what doubtful has been to this moment, it is now doubtless, the future itself.
Adam, how so? Eve, I do know your dark brows will be cleared when I tell you.
But come closer to me. Ah, Adam, I'm in the family way. Adam goes down on his knees, my lord. You conquered me. I'm in the dust. Without, against you, my fight is in vain, and raise or punish me, I open my heart. Lucifer, glory. The Lord fall to the ground, spirit. No mighty exists to me. Lucifer, malediction. The Lord be up, Adam. Don't be heavy-hearted when you see I take you back in my goodwill. Lucifer, aside, if I aright see. A family row will be here that is nice to all sentiments, but unamusing to my intelligence. It's best to slink away. He starts to go. The Lord wait, Lucifer. To you I've some words, hence you must stay here. And you, my son, tell me what is wrong with you. Adam, my lord, I was by dreadful visions anguished, and I do not know what's the truth in them. Ah, tell me what will be my fate. Is all of my own this restricted life among the fights of which my soul is filtered like wine that will finally clarify, and you pour it out to be imbibed by ground? Or have you other aims with this fine wine? Does my race sometime prograde on the whole, to grow generous for approaching your throne, or tires to death like beasts always in flour mills, and will never break loose from its ring? Will the generous heart get its just deserts, that is always mocked by the vulgar crowd, cause bled for their sins? Wise me up, my lord, and I shall bear all the kinds of destiny. I can gain only on this exchange, cause this uncertainty is the hell. The Lord don't ask for the secret that is generously concealed by Lord's hand for your inquiring look. If you saw your soul found temporary rest on the earth, and there eternity waits, it would not be a virtue here to suffer. If you saw, the dust would absorb your soul. What would excite you to give up the delight of short-lived minutes in view of great thoughts, while now, looking at your future through clouds, you will sink under the burden of your life? You'll be raised by feel of infinity. If its loftiness would carry away you, you'll be limited by the span-wide life. Greatness and virtue will be guaranteed. Lucifer laughing, in fact. The way you chose is full with glory. Greatness and virtue will be your commander. Two words that can be embodied only if being safeguarded by superstition, by the prejudice and by ignorance. To make greatness from man why I have tried, who is molded from dust and from the sunbeam, and whose dwarf to know but great to be blind. Adam, do not mock me, Lucifer, do not mock. I saw the pure work of your superb knowledge. Well, that's too cool for my heart to exist there. Ah, my lord, who will control me at all so not to leave the straight and narrow path? You took away from me the guiding hand as I have tasted the fruits of knowledge. the Lord. Your arms are strong and your heart's generous. The space is endless that calls you to work. And if you're mindful, a voice sounds to you without break that calls back and raises you. You have to follow it. If in the noise of your life this sound of heaven will end, the crystal clear soul of this weak woman, farther of all dirts of the interests, will get to know, and through her heartbeat this will turn to poetry and to a noble song. With the aid of these tools she will support you both in the ill fate and in happiness, a consoling and jolly genius. And you, Lucifer, who are only a ring in my universe, let you act longer. Your cold knowledge and your crazy negation will be ferments that will boil everything, divert the man, although for hours only. But that's nothing. He will come back again. Your punishment will be perpetual. You've always to see. What you want to damage will be the new germ of nobility. Angels' choir. Between crime and virtue to have free choice, this is great clemency, and yet to know that above us are the Lord's will and his mercy. Do bravely, and even if the crowd's unthankful, do not deplore, 'cause the aim is not self-respect for the man who will do great more. To do otherwise, he's ashamed, and the feeling of this disgrace will stamp flat the infamous man, but the hero, him it will raise. In superbness of your proud way, don't be blinded by the vision that what you do it is well done by you to the gods. Ambition, and he would need, just as the tool of doing what wanted he, even you gain glory from him. He allows you active to be. Eve, I perceive the song. Praise be to my Lord. Adam, this song begins to dawn on me, I'll follow. Alas, the end. If I'd forget for morrow, the Lord. I told you, man, fight, trust, and be full of hope.